episode of the CP Podcast, man. I'm your host, CP, and this is the CP Podcast. The podcast where we talk about the shit that CP want to talk about. If you don't want to talk about the shit CP want to talk about, you really can get the fuck on, man. There's a lot of shit on YouTube, man. Go watch how to make crayons, bitch. Anyway, we here. To my right, a knight in a fight for what's right with the facts, as a little laptop as her shield. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Like, looking up the facts in the war. People was on your ass about them bullets last week in the comments. You saw that?
What did it say?
How many bullets it take to kill somebody in a war?
That's a fact. I pulled it up.
Ooh, Maya. And she's standing on business.
What'd they say? I didn't read the comments.
They was like, it don't really take that many bullets to kill somebody in a war. Like, you know,
Did they bring facts?
It was.
Did they bring facts?
They just said something?
See, I told y'all. Like, ooh.
That's a good question. Always a good question.
Sunglasses on her head. She going crazy today. I like the look. It's like Thelma Louise. Like, you about to shoot some shit up. I fuck with that. And I feel like that's your attitude today. Like, did they bring the facts? They gotta bring the facts, man. They gotta bring the facts. And then Amir, you look like, you know what you look like, bro? You look like you being Jay-Z for Halloween today. That's usually like with the black t-shirt, black bucket. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not
What's
gonna
up,
lie.
man?
I almost bought. I went to one of these hip hop museums. They had a throwback Rockefeller jersey when he was on the Summer Jam, 2001
Yeah.
Summer Jam. And it was like in the orange and blue color. I was like, but it was like $350. I was like, I can't do that. But I thought about it.
Bruh.
I thought about it.
I ain't gonna lie, dog. Like, it'd be cold if you walked in a full length tall T style Jay-Z Summer Jam jersey. And then we got our guest today, who's no stranger to the podcast, the owner of the space, the universe that we you all see so many things come out of, the brain behind a lot of things. Brennon.
Hey, what up, man? Thanks for the
Brennon
intro, man.
Hey,
Edwards.
Appreciate
man.
that. We
Hey,
out
man,
here.
listen, I'm not good with intros, man.
Oh, it was great. You made me sound important. I like
okay,
that.
dope. So Brennon walked in today while we were just getting ready, right? I was running a little late. I didn't really want to see Brennon because every time I run a little late, I got to see Brennon. Brennon be like, man, you know, you're supposed to be here first. And I'd be like, man, listen, bro.
You're late every single time. No
Bro.
matter what time you say you'll be here, I think I'll take it back. You've been on time twice in the entire run of the podcast.
So then don't ever say every single time like that. You got to say 88% of the time. You know what I'm saying?
97% of the
Listen,
time,
can I tell
you're
you
gonna
something?
be late.
Can I tell you something? Great is late.
No.
Great is late, bro.
No.
Great is late,
Wait.
bro. Can I tell you something? Because what I strive for is to be exactly on time, right? That's sweet to me. That's like superhero shit.
That means that you're missing your goals.
You say what?
You're missing your goals every time.
Listen,
almost.
because great is late. I'm gonna tell you something. You never wanna. Y'all be trying to get there early. People be butt naked when you early. People be getting dressed and showering. People be shitting. And you try to get there early. It's damn near rude to be early. Like, y'all do too much, man. Great is late. I'll be a little late sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And my name is CP. It's no coincidence. I have a time associated with my name. You know, your name means something, bro. Brennon means like on time and good with computers and stuff.
So if you check out my Instagram, you'll see that actually I did a deep dive in my family history about my particular name to find out that it's actually 100% meaningless and nobody knows who named me.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. Nobody knows who named me. My parents were like, your great aunt named you, your aunt Riri, she named you, she's the one who did it. Went to a family reunion with my parents, my grandparents, everybody's there at that side of the family because that's who was there to help name me. Go to her, put her on camera. Aunt Riri, why did you name me Brennon? And she just looks at the camera and is like, I did what now? And I was like, they say you named me this. And she's like, I don't remember that. And I go back to my parents and I'm like, who named me? Like, she did.
Who knew a Brennon at that time?
Nobody. There's no Brennans. There's no Brennans in my family. The only thing
It's like a fancy Brandon.
It is, yeah.
It's like no, it's not Brandon, it's Brennon. Have you ever? How many times have you had to like correct motherfuckers? Be like, it's not Brandon, it's Brennon.
It has been so consistent that I actually used to use it as a pickup line when I go out with girls. Because it's like I'm like, how you doing? It's nice to meet you. My name is Brennon. And they're like, oh, Brandon. I'm like, no. The D comes later.
Ooh.
Maya's face palm.
Is that their reaction too?
So the thing is, if I got a face palm, then I was like, we're gonna be cool. If I got a laugh, we're gonna be cool. If they didn't get it, then I was done talking to them.
Man, fuck them hoes. You was in the wrong bar if they didn't get that. That was
They
a
didn't get
quality. That was a quality bar.
Thank you.
Man, I'd be like, hey, Brennan, you said what? Shit, get that drink back from that bitch. Let's go.
Bro.
Man, I'd have made you mean, dog.
I'm telling you, I literally walked away.
I wish one of my niggas would have a good ass pickup line. These hoes ain't going, man. We going to another bar, man. I ain't gonna do you like that. Golly, Brennan.
It wouldn't have worked on
But
my
I ain't gonna lie though. The fact that they corrected you they automatically were irritated with how you spoke. They were like, oh my God, listen to how he says Brandon. He says it like Brennon. They automatically, pussy was drying up. You damn near got to say it first before they correct you. Like, how you doing? Name's Brennan, not Brandon. The D comes later. Bam! You got to say it all together so that they don't even have an opportunity. They can just be like, oh, he funny and crazy. Bam. Cool.
I haven't done it like that.
G.
Not, yeah.
I'm like, man, look, bro, fuck with your boy, man. I'm retired, but I'm like a old boxing nigga. Like, you got to throw the jab.
Like, here's the speed. How you get a speed bag? You got
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't fight no more, but I'm still on the sideline like, throw the jab. I just wanted to say that again. Anyway,
I could tell. It was good, though.
Anyway, man, so Brennan walked in when we was about to start going. I was late. And he was like, yeah, and then CP's birthday is on the 19th. Brennan's birthday is coming up on Friday, right?
March 8th.
March 8th. That's dope. And so I'm like, that's what's up, man. We Pisces. I said, you know what? I can kind of see that. Like I understand where you coming from being a Pisces. And he said, bro, you believe in astrology? And I said, bro, here go the thing. I think that astrology, much like astronomy, are things that existed before we got here and things that we don't quite understand the initial science of it. Like, for example, I was watching a documentary and all of a sudden they said there are spots in space that are greasy and that there are these blobs that are falling that have organic matter in them that could be the building blocks of early life that could, you know what I'm saying? And it's just shooting to different planets. Like, just like landing. So they found some on like Neptune in like a frozen type of crater situation. And it's just like, bro, we're always finding out new shit. I think that the problem is that there is no NASA for astrology. There is no governmental science for astrology. There is no medical area for astrology. So I think that it's something that we have a connection to that speaks to us on a level that is spiritual, but there is nothing to tell us that we're right or wrong about it. That intrigues me, and that makes me want to dive deeper into at least understanding what is available for me to know about my astrology.
Well, do you think that some people, I'm not going to say men or women, but once you tell them what their sign is and what the characteristics of that sign happen to be, that they start acting more like that?
I'm glad you said that, Maya. Sunglass on the head, Maya, because I mean it just looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie to
It's
you.
a good look.
I feel like we about to ride out on some niggas straight up. Like you flip them bitches down and turn into iced tea. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad you said that. Brennan, you said that you pulled up my actual birthday in this big ass book. Show the big ass book. Show the BAB.
It's a big ass book.
Big ass book.
This
This
is
is
a
actually
party
Maya's
book.
book.
I leave it at the office for parties.
Nice.
Yes. Big ass Maya book.
What kind of parties y'all be having in this month?
I don't know why she. But the
I
thing
leave
is,
it here
it's
for
funny.
parties because it gets wild.
She's
We
funny.
start talking about.
It always does get pulled out of parties. Though. People always
Ooh-wee.
are just like, "Oh, look at these big books. Let me learn about something." And I'm like, "You're not gonna learn anything."
Oh man.
They do. Let's see.
Okay, so what's up? Read me. Nah, y'all, see peeps, y'all know me. I don't know this book. I haven't even touched this book. Let's see if March 19th rings true for CP.
He wants to hear it because I already read it and I was laughing my ass off when I read it. So I'm gonna go ahead.
He didn't have to say that, man.
I did. No, I just did.
This how you can tell niggas who ain't on TV yet, bro. It could have just been magic. I didn't read it yet, but I knew it kind of resonated because he started laughing. But it could have just been magic,
It
bro.
could have
But go
been.
ahead.
It's
It coulda
magic
been-
either
it coulda
way.
been, man.
You tell me, is this magic or not? Tell me if I ruined
Honest
it.
John. Excuse me. I ordered a 5-piece nugget. You guys gave me 8. I don't know what's up with that, but brought the other 3 back and they're still warm.
Lesson learned. Take CP's instructions.
The name's
literally.
Brennan. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Those born on March 19 have the dogged persistence needed to achieve their ends and know how to use their charm and allure to help them. These highly directed people are both dreamers and doers. They are able to translate their imaginative ideas into reality. Though assertive, March 19 people may not be the most self-aware individuals, and indeed a strong unreality factor may be at work here. That's when I started laughing. Look at his face, the way he's looking at me.
Go ahead. I'm finished.
March 19 people are outwardly directed and intent on
Over
winning.
there looking like a light bulb with a beard.
Oh, you mad now? Okay.
No, listen.
March 19 people are outwardly directed and intent on winning others over to their viewpoints. But what those born on those days may be attempting at times is to change external reality to conform to their inner picture of it. This may sound like a dubious proposition, but through their tenacity, those born on March 19th are surprisingly successful. That's enough. That's first half. What do you think of that?
I mean, it's like, yeah. And
Maya, hold on. Can we ask Maya first before you get on? I want to see
go
what
ahead.
Maya thinks.
Because I think that Maya's gonna say before you even say it. Well, go ahead.
No, let's see what Maya's gonna say.
I think that
applies to anybody.
It applies to a lot of people.
Okay.
That's how you have to function in this world, is to try to change outward reality to
But
meet
we're
your inner
not.
reality.
But here's the thing, though. But we're not talking about everybody. He asked, did it apply to me, right? And so there are certain people who it doesn't apply to, right? There are certain people who it absolutely does not apply to. In my opinion,
It's not a mirror. I'll tell you that. That's
Right.
not a mirror.
I think that honestly, like, what I can do with my imagination is something that a lot of people aren't able to do, which is turn it into tangible, like, things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I want a car, like, I can imagine a story and sell a story and go buy the car.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I won't stop till I get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't even like there are things you will never hear me say in this business, and I'm in this business with direct competition, people who say this. You'll never hear me say, hey man, read my script. You'll never hear me say, hey man, could you pass my script to somebody? Never, because that's not how I'm cut. Like, if I'm writing something, it's because I'm producing it, and it's because I'm making it, because it is what it is. It's like I don't even think about somebody trying to help me,
Mm-hmm.
because, like, I don't think that anybody can, in the regard of, like, bro, I don't think where I'm at right now creatively, and I'm glad Brennon was able to see my show last night.
Yeah, it was great.
I'm doing some shit that nobody's doing.
Yeah, that shit was insane.
Nobody.
Can I give some context on that?
Go ahead.
No, so yesterday was Tahir Moore's birthday show, and he had a fire lineup. Like,
Okay.
all the comedians on that stage were extremely talented. I mean, there's Malik S., Roxy Hayes, CT. Who else was on that show?
Tony Baker.
Yeah, Tony Baker, Dan Fool.
Mhm.
Like,
Tony Baker went out?
yeah, Tony Baker went up. He only went up for a couple minutes. He just stole the mic, it felt like.
Mhm.
He just went up and took the mic. Tony Baker introduced you, didn't he?
Tony brought me up.
Yeah. But yeah, CP got on the stage. He ended the night, and he pretty much just took everybody in the audience and transported them into a world that he created. All the other comedians told jokes, in my opinion, and did really well. Like, it was a great comedy show overall. I laughed a lot. But CP did something different. Like, he got up there and was like, this story, you guys are all now a part of this story. You're involved in this story, and you're going to find this to be extremely entertaining as well as believable, even though it's not believable.
Right. And so, what it is like, I'm doing something completely different, and to be aware of it in the time that you're doing it makes you very powerful. I think that being unaware is when you get taken advantage of, right? It is, there's that space between when the people who can benefit off of you see it and when you see it, where you're going to lose a lot of money if you don't grow the fuck up and rise up in what you're doing. And
Okay.
so, like, where I'm at right now, it's like, man, like, I feel like a fucking wizard.
Mm.
Like, I'm going on the road, and it's like, I'm not just making up. These jokes are like, these jokes are like specials. And it's like, it's just, you got to see me live, because it's like,
It was good. I'll say it was good. I highly recommend it.
and so, like, yeah, I'm not playing. And it's like, I don't feel like I need to bow down to anyone. I think that I respect other comedians' intelligence, but I don't think that they respect mine. And I think that's dangerous.
So do you think that there's not a March 19th down the road with a needle in his arm too?
I've never met one. As a matter of fact, every March 19th that I've ever met, even people that I hate, are highly successful.
Well, you don't know
Everyone.
the people with the needles in their arms.
Right.
Let's
but-
continue the read. Hold on a second.
Hold on. Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I think this is an appropriate time for that.
Yeah.
March 19 people possess very pure and childlike qualities, but though they are expansive types who sometimes give the impression that they are in another world, they are in fact forceful and businesslike. They are a bit paradoxical in nature and can appear to others as being alternately dreamy and fiery. Some March 19 people are explorers who break new ground and go to where no one has dared to go before, but more often they are pragmatic individuals who proceed methodically. Whatever the nature of their undertakings, March 19 people move in a straight line fashion, convinced of their principles are just. As a matter of fact, they may even see themselves as reformers, putting everything right after years of neglect by others. Due to a lack of objectivity, however, they can well be headed off track or in the wrong direction.
I think with horoscopes, with astrology, that everybody should take the best characteristics that they read
Mhm.
and go with it and believe that's about themselves.
But I think the problem with that is that it lends to the idea that it's all the same. Here's the thing that I want people to understand, right? it's always a simple solution for the problem. It's just that we think that the problem is so big that the simple solution can't possibly fix it. Okay, so in this example, right? Like, it's only like, how many ways are there to be? Right? Like, if you have a lock and the lock has 60 different like notches on a lock,
combo
right?
lock, yeah.
Right. The combinations can only include the numbers 1 through 60 or 0 through 60, right? But they can sell millions of locks because they could put this one first and that one first. And I think that when you think about a astrology or a zodiac or something like that, what you're looking at is somebody going, you're a 33 60 10. Now, there are people who are 10 33 6s and their 10 is first. You know, there are people who are 11 15 8s. These numbers don't look unfamiliar, and you should understand it's okay, well, this is what you could be. This is a combination for who the science that we have available to us right now says that you are. And so, like, I think that I just want to stay more optimistically open to the bad and the good, because I know me, right? And so, like, everybody might struggle with drugs, right? But I know the drugs that I could struggle with if I were to indulge, right? So it's like, okay, I got to make sure that I stay away from that, because it's like, well, we all have access to the same shit. You know what I'm saying? That's like them saying, like, and he like Taco Bell. It's like, oh, see, they bullshit now, because Taco Bell sell 8 billion tacos. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, if they sell 8 billion tacos, then this nigga might like Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, look, don't look at me.
No,
I still
no.
stand by my beliefs that I think astrology is
he
bullshit.
think it's bullshit. I'm gonna say this
definitely
though.
believe that.
I'm gonna say this though. All right, peep this, right? People be out here talking about it's a gay agenda on TV, right? Like, I argue with my parents about it.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I don't believe that. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, I'm a writer and I'm in writers' rooms. Of course, it's gay people in the writers' room. Of course. Everybody's represented.
Yeah.
Right? They got my ghetto ass in there too. So you know that they trying to have, you know, a voice for every, right? But then you think about this. Everybody over the age of 35 grew up on straight TV. All the gay people.
Yeah.
They grew up on straight programming. So if it didn't work, then what make you think that they trying to do it? They watch Heathcliff and Claire Huxtable love each other, and then they say, cool, I'm finna go suck a dick. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, it's not, you know, maybe it's just your gay-ass kid.
Well, I mean, I think the only thing that, well, first, I agree with that. And I think the second thing is that, you know, what people are really afraid of is, like, people being able to have the freedom to be who they were anyway. You know, it's because the thing is, like, what the difference being is, like, those kids who grew up in those times, a lot of them might still be gay on the inside, but they were scared to express it on the outside. Right. And now we're in a space where
so
it's
they're
just
almost
like,
jealous.
Yeah, well, it's not even the jealousy thing. I'm thinking like these parents and stuff like that, they think that the difference that they're seeing in the amount of people being outwardly gay is because we're programming to be that, versus understanding that what's really happening is that there's less oppression.
We're creating a safe space.
Yeah, we're creating a safer space. So more people that have been, it's been the same numbers. Like the statistics probably are very similar of how many people were, you know, like homosexual back then versus now, but how many people are openly expressing it and feeling safe to do that is drastically different because of the, you seeing somebody, like seeing other people do it and not be persecuted for it. Right. Seeing other people and like looking cool or feeling good about it. So it's like, yeah, now there's more gay people. It's like, no, there's the same amount. They were just scared to tell you before.
And then from that gains a level of confidence to stand on. So now you got this group of people who has this new gust of bravery. So now it's like, what else are you gonna do? Man, I want to see some love stories about us on TV. And next thing you know, it's like it's gonna be that's just the natural thing that happens.
Yeah.
Like we have
more channels than we've ever had.
We had to push for black stories to be on television. Before it was, it was one black show. Yeah. It was In the Heat of the Night. And really they just got the blackest nigga they could find and put him with a bunch of white people. And it really balanced it out. He was like, man, this is a black ass show. But it was just Virgil. Right. And his wife was light skinned, but you know what I'm saying, it was just Virgil. Virgil was the blackest nigga in that town.
I would say this is that there was a whole portion of that comedy show yesterday that I had no idea what was going on because I've never seen that show.
Oh, somebody talking about In the Heat of the Night?
Yeah, they were talking about In the Heat of the Night.
You never seen it come on TV late at night?
What?
No. I've never, like, somebody sang the song last night.
In the heat of the night, wow, wow. I was in the green room, bro. It was a lot of weed.
That means nothing to me.
Wow.
Like, somebody was like, The Heat of the Night. I was just like, oh, they spent like a few minutes on stage talking about it.
Who?
Audience was on it. I think it was Dan Fool.
Oh, okay. I can see that. Shout out to Dan Fool. But yeah, that's a classic show. Dan Fool from the Midwest. We used to watch the shit out the In the Heat of the Night.
I got nothing.
Man, I'd be in my
Like,
granddad's
you can show
crib.
me the people you're talking about right now. If you hadn't brought them up and said, Brennan, who is that? I'd be like, I have no idea.
We just talked about like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, love
Oh.
in the heat of the night.
Yeah,
I'm
we
just saying,
were already
I grew up
talking
in a
about
very, I think anybody who knows, I grew up in a very sheltered household.
Really?
Yes, extremely sheltered.
So you have a twin, and this was your reason why you felt like astrology wasn't quite.
I was born 2 minutes apart from somebody, and I feel like my twin brother and
So
I
let me ask you a
are not
question,
similar.
right? Are you both creative? Nigga.
Well, I'm saying the reason I say that is because it's like yes and no.
Bro.
Like I'm more of a businessman than a creative.
Yeah, Alonzo's the creative.
Lonzo is a
Right,
true
bro.
creative.
You
Like I
can't
wouldn't call him.
compare them. No
bro.
offense, Brennan,
No,
but
it's
you
okay.
really can't.
You can't compare Lonzo to almost anybody when
Yeah,
it comes
he's
to
a-
creative.
he's his own
bro,
thing.
you could have been a businessman in any space, but what you're interested in is media and creation.
But you know how I got
bro,
into
you
it?
fly drones. You are a filmer. Like, bro, what are you talking about, bro? Just because your art is not museum art, don't let people like, bro, I'm an artist,
Mhm.
right? But people think I'm just a fucking fool, right? They don't understand how hard it is to come up with material to be funny to people who are sitting there saying, I do not want to laugh right now.
And I agree with that, but I'm thinking like when you ask me like, all right, Brennan, like when you make your living, like you spend the vast majority of your day doing what? Making creative decisions, or are you making business decisions? And the truth of the matter is, I'm in the meetings with lawyers most of the day and accountants,
Bro.
and like reading over contracts,
Bro,
and then
I didn't
occasionally
ask
I
you-
get to give
didn't ask
notes.
you- I didn't ask you
on
what your
stuff.
job was, though.
Well, I'm just
Right? I
and
asked
I
you-
don't
I asked
I don't
you
create
what-
things for fun though.
Bro, but I mean,
Like,
Brennan, why
every
are you-
creative
why are
I
you
know.
fighting it, bro. I look in your office, man. Like you have toys everywhere, and you have fucking.
I love to
the
play.
map, bro. But that's like
The map just shows where I've been. What does that have to do with
bro.
being creative?
But it's just. I don't think you understand. Like, I think that people are putting caps on what a creative is. That's like, like it's not just about like, bro. Like your brother is eccentric.
Extremely
Extremely eccentric.
eccentric.
And so from that standpoint, anything he creates, people are gonna be like, man, that art is great. Because he's a fucking dope ass. He made the fucking intro music for this podcast.
You did.
Mhm.
The bop we all love. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I bet. Huh, you know what I'm saying? But, it's like, curated by you. Like you kind of put that together. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, yeah, I'm gonna have my brother do the thing, take a crack at it. And I just, okay.
It was Tony.
Bro. And so is
For the record, I give credit where credit's due.
Well,
Tony.
oh yeah, it was Tony. I'm sorry.
Tony is the one who wanted
I'm sorry.
Alonzo to do the music. Tony's the
Because
one who
when I
said,
first met you, I thought Alonzo was Tony's brother before I even saw Alonzo. But then when I saw Alonzo, I'm like, oh, okay, you look like Alonzo looked like a
Did you call him the Avatar?
he looks like not the Avatar. He looks like a hood nigga from the last Airbender.
That's the Avatar.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
Avatar.
yeah,
He's talking about the other
yeah.
Avatar though.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the blue Avatar.
No.
Not
I'm talking about
Avatar.
the arrow.
Right.
He literally has a head tattoo
Yeah.
that looks like it. So yeah, he
that
looks.
nigga could power up. Boy.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Nah, you don't want to
straight
make him mad.
up.
I
Yeah.
will say this is that
He said you
your-
don't want to make him mad.
your partner in the womb, and that's Alonzo,
Mm.
and your partner in business are both very creative people, and you have supported them.
Yeah.
Both ways. So
Mm-hmm.
in business and personally, you are supporting a very creative person.
Yeah, I love creatives. I love working
Why
with
do
creatives.
you love creatives?
Because y'all take the risk nobody else will. You guys are reflective of what society is to you, and you cannot help but build things.
So
A
you
lot
kinda,
of humanity is like people like who are tearing things down or not creating anything. Like people who work on Wall Street. I don't think they create anything. They just play with numbers and then money comes out of it. They don't actually create anything. But it's like creatives themselves are like, no, I'm going to take this idea from over here, or these things that inspired me, and I'm going to physically or mentally or do something. I'm going to build something that wasn't there.
Brennan, what were you doing in Alaska when them bears was chasing y'all? What were you doing?
I'm the one who made sure that Katrina didn't kill everyone.
What were you doing though there before that?
I was producing.
You was producing.
Yeah, I was producing.
Oh,
Producing is much more technical.
producing is the creative field. I am a producer.
I wasn't the director.
Listen, bro, you put it together to make sure that it looked
I'm
nice.
I'm not going to say that I don't have creative aspects to
There you
me.
go. Then that's what it is, bro. So yeah. So maybe your brother is turning his sliders up, right? But y'all in the same game. Follow me.
We all have attributes now.
Yes, bro. Y'all are in the same 2K, right? What else? Bro, super duper like kind people. Very level headed. Like when I talk to your brother, bro, I don't
That's
care.
nature, though.
No, that's not nature.
I mean, excuse me, that's
bro.
nurture. That's nurture. I think that's
No,
nurture. We have
not
very
nurture,
kind
bro.
parents.
You have good parents, yeah.
Our parents are both my parents are super kind. My sister's kind. I'm kind. My brother's kind.
Your sister's kind, you said?
If you don't know her, she is. I like how you brought that. Like, don't you say that to her?
I love your sister. I do.
Man,
no, she's
all
my
right,
favorite.
so
but
read
That's nice to know.
read you and your brother's birthday.
Read March 8th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, matter of fact, let me read it. Let me read
All right,
it.
you read
Since yeah, give me that big ass book. Give me the party book.
This is Maya's party, but this is
I
like,
bring this up for parties.
This is literally Maya's idea. We're having a Maya party right now.
Okay, so
It's just so people have something to do when they're drinking.
Is you still a Maya party?
peep this.
You created this moment.
Those often misunderstood individuals born on March 8th must do things their own way, whether in their outlook, lifestyle, manner of expression, or personal appearance. God damn. Or personal appearance, expression, like your brother has a tattoo on his head.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
That is a hell of a, like, Maya, do you see what I'm saying? Now, hold on, pause right there. Now, how many people not born on March 8th, in the first sentence or in your first description of them, you know, they got pink hair and, you know, they're gothic or whatever. There's probably a lot of them, right?
Mhm.
There's probably like 15 different birthdays throughout the year that produce this kind of person. But for the fact that we know Alonzo and you have a very distinct style. You made some choices because you look like his uncle sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Like my brother's uncle?
Yes, bro. You chose.
That's the choice I wake up every day. I'm going to look like
chose
my twin brother's uncle. We out
chose
here.
to look like a little Malik Yoba. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, you chose to do that. Anyway,
I get Jermaine Dupri a lot, which is
you get JD?
I get JD and it hurts every time.
Damn.
Every time. Like, oh, he looks like Jermaine Dupri. I'm like, how? I don't see it. I
Damn.
personally don't see it. That hurts
Let
though.
me think about what. Can you bring up JD, please, while I read this? As a matter of fact, keep JD on the screen while I read this.
Oh God.
Keep JD on the
wow.
Keep JD on the screen while I read this.
That's who said that, Brennan?
It hurts. It hurts. This laugh
You know what
hurts.
it
This,
look
this
like?
laugh is piercing my
It
soul.
looked like can I say this? He did like a special version of you. Like if you got hit in the back of the head, he just look like I want graham crackers. I asked for graham crackers. That's what he look like he's saying right now. Is it graham crackers? We got something for you. Is it graham crackers? Look at his face. Is it graham crackers? Is it? No, JD, it's your medicine. I thought it was graham crackers. Anyway, let's read what he's saying. Leave graham crackers on the screen for a second.
Terrible.
Whether in their outlook, lifestyle, manner of expression, or personal appearance, they are at heart nonconformists who often find themselves at odds with the status quo. Although they may be lovers of tradition and perhaps express reverence for cultures past, March 8th people need to break away, sometimes violently, sometimes sorrowfully, from their backgrounds in order to, from the backgrounds that raised them in order to become individuals in their own right. Let's stop right there.
No, you paused and looked up at me. So go on. Ask the question. Or say the thing.
I'm not even saying a thing, bro. I'm asking you, do you feel that? Do you feel anything that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you just said that you grew up in a very kind household.
Very strict kind
Very
household.
kind and very strict. Very exclusionary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keeping you away from things that you probably could have flourished in, right? Like that doesn't speak to a strong business acumen, people who kind of you broke away and became a shark. Like you broke away and swam in some pretty deep water with some pretty not so nice and not so kind people.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's
keep
the
going.
entertainment business ain't a joke.
Oh, trust me, I'm in it.
Yeah,
You
it's
in
not
it.
it's not
you
a
know
joke.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to bite some motherfuckers the other day.
Bruh.
Man, motherfucker will tell me, yeah, we like that. And then he wants to be the king of the hood. I was like, man, stop, man. What the fuck? Man, whatever. Them motherfuckers got quiet. I was like, man, what the fuck is y'all talking about? Who said anything about being the king of the hood? Like, who wanted it? They was like, we just, you like, motherfucker.
We just got excited.
But I'm going to tell you, there was a time in my career where I would have been like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got that money for me? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
That's cool,
nigga,
cool.
Fuck all that. All right, check
here.
it out. Because of their critical, emotionally difficult natures, making this break themselves is often not necessary, as they may be well rejected at first. What do you think about that? Because of their critical and emotionally difficult nature. Wow. Maya, let's stop right there. Let's stop right there for a second. Maya, how long have you known Brennon?
As long as I've known Tony, so 11 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I've known Tony a little bit longer, but
What do you think
11.
about
Like a couple days
What do you think about what I just read about March 8th? Mind you, splitting it into two people. So let's say, like, you know, you got two aces playing blackjack, splitting them, bam.
Well, the thing about the critical nature, that's definitely Brennon.
That's
He does
definitely
rub
Brennon.
A lot of
It didn't
people
say that
the
for
wrong
me.
way. But I will say this. For something like this, for stats in general, like let's say you have something that applies to most women. Or you say this thing applies to most. No, let me finish
Okay,
let me finish.
my
I was
bad,
just an
okay.
example.
Okay.
If you get to like it applies to 60% or 65%, that's a lot. And you can say this applies to most women. Now that leaves an entire third of women that doesn't apply to.
Absolutely.
So that is the same with astrology, maybe.
Right,
for your
but-
argument that if it applies to most of the people born on this day, that it's still accurate, and science would agree with you.
But and so can I take can we take Graham Cracker off the screen? Is he still on the screen? Oh no, it's on. Okay, yeah. So okay, yeah, I don't want to look at him no more neither. And so to your point, I can agree with that, right? And which is why what's really dope about this is that from what I've read out of the 3 paragraphs, I read 1.5. What I've read. And we have 2 examples of a March 8th person, right? We have 2 like case studies right here. 2 people that were born on the same day that we know, right? And so I'm reading this and it's like, bro, it's half you and it's half your brother. And that's what's crazy
But
because
it's so general. It could
but
be
how is that general though? Like mine said nothing about me wanting to juice my appearance and nothing like that. Your brother has a tattoo on his head.
I feel like if you just
and-
flip it, open any page on this book and then
Oh.
cover the date and read it, then you'd be like, that does sound like you,
Let's
Brennan.
do it then.
All right, do it.
Let's do it. All right, Amir. Let's see if this is you.
Okay, Samir, here we go.
Let's go.
Those born on this day have a knack for arousing controversy. They are highly stimulating in both word and deed in their family and social circle, tend to be dominant and valued members. Though many people on this day birth are assumed to be conservative, perhaps almost colorless in appearance, their charm and wealth of personality becomes an apparent in conversation.
That is Amir.
That is not Amir. You
Amir
fucking
is
serious?
quiet and colorless unless you talk to him, and then he will talk
Once
you into
Amir
the
gets
ground.
going,
Once he
Amir
gets going, Amir
Y'all
will
are
talk
so
your head
bro.
off.
So Amir is dominant in the conversation.
Ask him about
Amir,
it. When you get Amir going,
Amir is dominant in the family circle and the social circle.
100%. He is the golden boy of our family. Amir is the golden boy of our family.
Bro.
No, ask Amir.
Bro,
Ask
Amir didn't even have an opinion
Ask
half
him,
the time.
ask him about it. Ask
Bro.
Amir what he thought. Ask Amir. Does that describe you?
Y'all be so
Huh?
funny,
You hear it?
dog.
He said it does. It does describe Amir.
What's your birthday?
March 24th.
Okay. All right.
I'm telling you, they're just the way that these are written
Okay.
is that it fits
All
for
right.
almost
So
any
let's-
person.
Okay, so let's find one from my end. Hold on. Actually, let's read his March 24th thing then. Y'all are just
Some parts of it, dominant, not all the time, but it just depends. If I'm not interested, then I will zone all the way out.
But if you're into it, if you're interested in something, then you will dominate the comment. And we brought up right now, we said that I truly do believe that Androids are superior phones over iPhones in every single way. You'd have some shit to say. When you'd be like, well, what do you mean? Like, I'm obviously in the versatility, but like, nah, I think iPhones are more versatile than Androids.
We're going versus, opinion
Pisces is
versus
the
facts.
last,
You got to go to the front. Yeah.
he's an Aries.
All I'm saying is, though, the things you care about, say you will argue it to the ground. Like, I've gotten into heated debates with you.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
What you care about, you care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm not gonna deny that.
You'll stand up to people, and it might cost you, but you'll still stand up to them.
Especially if they need to win an argument about astrology. And in that point, you are the Incredible Hulk, and you will fucking dominate any conversation. All right, let's read. Let's see. All right. March 24th people are spontaneous and direct, and generally prefer to keep life as simple as they can. When confronted with problems, whether in their work or personal life, they tend to make broad choices and avoid entanglements if possible. Yet, fate seems to serve up complexity again and again for them, whether in the form of difficult individuals or challenges in which they must surmount. Finding the simplest manner in which to deal with such complexity can thus become the most pressing task. There is an undeniable childlike air about March 24th people.
That is not Amir.
Their natural...
I'm just saying Amir is not
their
childlike.
natural demeanor and openness is usually apparent at first meeting. I agree. Now, Amir be like... I don't even know what that is. You know what I'm saying? Because of their attitude of wonder and expectation. However, they react worse than most to disappointment and rejection. And in extreme cases, severe depression can overcome them. Indeed, for many born on this day, a tinge of sadness is a lifelong companion.
He does wear black every day.
He does wear black every day.
I am not a sad nigga by
But you're
any
not a
means.
sad nigga.
He's not a sad person.
But you got a sad
I
nigga
don't
uniform
think-
on.
He does. I've never seen Amir sad ever.
I've never seen him sad ever. Yeah, honestly, I've never seen you sad.
He's not sad. That's you see
But
my
I've
point.
seen him hella quiet though.
I think the other description was better for Amir than the one for his birthday.
Well, that was November 4th. That was Scorpio. So you might have some Scorpio in your one of your charts.
But I think they're
Maybe
all
down the
written
line,
because it's
but
just
no.
like
But so with this one, it does it does fit more. But there's, like I said, there's certain stuff about it. The other one is, like I said, there's certain parts of it.
Okay, so yeah, you being you. That one, this one fit more than the other one.
I feel like.
See now,
But it was
Thank
because
you.
the thing is, like you said,
Look at-
like
look at Brennan's face.
like how it's
Brennan
the,
like,
the
shut the fuck
childlike
up.
thing, bro.
I want to be true. I want to tell the truth.
literally was in the car when I was getting my food earlier, and I was thinking like, dog, this shit is goofy as fuck. I've been listening to songs like niggas doing SpongeBob remixes or whatever. And I listen to that shit in my car, and that shit's funny as hell.
Bro,
that's
this has-
that's childish. Like we
this
sit in
nigga
the
has
we'll
all
sit in
the
the party.
games.
No, he plays games all day.
I
I'm
have my
games
shit
okay,
set up
too.
right here.
Yeah,
I was playing earlier today
yeah.
when Mike came in here. But it was like I still the things that I do are like I keep that childlike
That
energy.
youthfulness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to me, like when I make my music, that shit brings me back to when I was a kid. Because when I made music the most, I was a kid. So when I do it, it be like, bro, I'm still doing this shit 20 some years later.
Right.
That's a childlike attribute to what I do
Hey,
in
Brennan.
general.
Hey, Brennan. Can I introduce you to Amir? He's your cousin.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
Amir,
that so
this is
much.
Brennan. You guys should go and get along and get to know each other. Here's your book back, buddy. I just go
Oh,
ahead and
thank you, sir.
continue to be right. And also, too, our sponsor today is none other than Nico's Kitchen. So I want to say real quick, shout out to Nico Kitchen Shop. Sea gummies are. Do you like sea gummies? Sea moss gummies?
I've never tried them.
Brennan.
I'm gonna look. I will look forward to
Tony
trying
likes
them.
them.
I've heard. I don't have any. So I'd like to try some. I
Man,
mean,
I'm telling you.
I've heard wonderful things. Tony said they're amazing. Maya said they're amazing. You said they're amazing. I'm open to trying them. I
Mhm.
think it's a good idea. It seems like a good thing.
I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Nico Kitchen Shop is our favorite store for sea moss and plant-based supplements. If you haven't had a chance to tap in, now is the time. It's the last call for the 25% off with the CP Sent Me promo code. That's right, y'all wore that shit out, and we can't even hardly do it anymore. But I begged her to let's extend it for a little bit so y'all can clean up. 25% was the intro rate, but now that we're family, so starting Saturday, it's gonna be 15%. So every time you use this promo code at Nico Kitchen Shop, from right now until Saturday, you'll get 25% off. But after that, it's gonna be 15, which is still dope, 15%. But y'all wore that shit out. Can't nobody afford to be giving y'all a quarter of their shit all the time. The shit is too good. Also, she said that y'all a lot of stuff is sold out and it's on back order. So she's ordering a lot of the new gummy products and a lot of that stuff. But she's allowing you guys to pre-order it. That way you could be the first to get it when it comes in. Make sure you guys go to NicoKitchenShop.com, place your order today, and discover the power of sea moss and all the other stuff. It's all those minerals, and I mean, it's just a really, really, really feel good product. You can really feel the difference. It's just something in there that I think y'all should be rocking with. I know I rock with it every day, and Maya said they've included it in their diet, and so has Tony, which is dope. So anyway, NicoKitchenShop.com. CP Sent Me for the last few days of 25% off. After that is 15. We got to get Brennan right. You know what I'm saying? We got to get Amir right too. Amir had some of the applesauce. It was fire.
Yeah, I had the gummies too though.
Mhm.
The gummies, the applesauce, and I think it was like the pure, like just in the jar.
Oh,
the pure,
yeah.
But I've been doing the gummies.
Yeah.
Gummies are good.
Gummies are pretty good, man, for real. And it's also like they also get more tasty to you. Like over time, you're like, I want one of them little gummies. It got to it's like a blander sugar, which I'm excited about because I like a little sugar and shit. Not like candy, but like a lot of like barbecue sauce and shit. I'd be like, Anyway,
Like sweet.
yeah, man. So NicoKitchenShop.com, CP Sent Me, 25% off. If you wait, 15% off. Either way, get the product, man. You need that.
Yeah,
And so, what else we got today, Maya? What are
Speaking of twins,
Oh,
so
she was so happy with that transition.
God
She said,
damn.
oh, yuck.
that's like the inside of a dick.
the inside of a dick.
Yeah, look at the tip
What?
over here, and that's the part that's up in your body. That's all your you know what I'm saying,
What
like your
dicks you-
stomach.
What dicks are you looking with? What?
I mean, bro, what dicks am I looking with? Like, yikes! It looks like a fucking not like a human dick, like a you know what I'm saying. But look at that motherfucker.
Oh, I see
At
what
the
you're
front. At the front, dog. Don't
You talking
leave
about
me
the
hanging.
tip? You talking about the tip? On
Yeah, the
right
tip.
side?
The rest is the liver. It go from the liver to the dick.
Wow.
So this is.
I mean the bladder.
You just found
The bladder.
your way.
The bladder. It go from the bladder to the dick. What is that?
So that is a fetus that was
A
growing
big dick fetus.
inside of her twin. So they didn't split off completely.
God damn.
And so that was removed from a 1-year-old's brain. That is the
Damn.
twin that was taken out of her brain.
So they never even met the twin. They like, yeah, it's just you. She got a
Yeah.
big ass head. Next thing you know, it's a fucking twin growing in her
Yeah.
head.
That's
Oh my
wild.
God.
Damn.
How did it even end up there?
That's crazy.
Siamese twins?
Right.
Oh, that's
Siamese
not
twins.
conjoined twins. You're not supposed to call them Siamese.
Look at your own
And
risk.
So
it says.
Siamese is like a place, and they want to stop calling it that.
Yeah.
It used to be a lot of them over there, huh? Stuck together,
I don't know why they
I
call
don't know
them
why it's
that.
called that.
Maybe there was one in
Right.
a show.
like a famous Siamese. So conjoined. Okay, conjoined twins. Bless you, bro. Is that a sneeze?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
So they had to remove this from a 1-year-old, and I can't figure out what happened to that 1-year-old. It's happened in
Can you
China.
imagine your 1-year-old having to have surgery? Oh, look at the bones inside of that thing. So they do an X-ray at the bottom. You see the
Yeah, it's like a tail. It's like, it's like a finger
oh,
tail.
What?
It looks like a homunculus, to be honest. It's like, we're working on the movie right
Yeah,
now.
we're
It
looking
looked
at
like
him
it
on
looked like
this
it got
movie.
his hands on his hip, and in that bottom one, and half his lower body
I like
is a
how
dick.
Maya did the hand. She might
That's
That's
exactly
what
what
he
it
was
did.
doing.
It looked like
Maya
this.
was like this.
But this one's over here. It's right hand's right here, and then it's right. The other hand's on its hip.
It's a fucking dick monster.
Phrasing. A fucking dick monster.
That's what it looked like, bro. It looked like some shit that the Ghostbusters would have to come get. We got a dick monster downtown. And it just run around like, roar!
Oh my God.
Roar!
Is that what that would sound like to you? That's what that.
That's what it looked like.
I think that sound works better for her.
That still be scary. People don't understand, bro. We don't even need scary movies to be like elaborate as they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's scary to me is shit that just shouldn't be. Like, can you imagine, like, you walked in your house and you were alone and then your dog tapped you on your leg and you was like, what's your dog's name?
Luca.
And you texted her, what, Luca? And your dog was like, bitch, my name is Jonathan and I want some goddamn hot dogs. And then you like, what the fuck? And then nobody would believe you. And then the dog just tortured you for the whole movie, walking around like, Maya.
That dog's going to the pound.
But
Immediately.
but
Immediately.
as soon as Tony come home, you like and loving Tony. So I'm like, my
Go for
boy Luca. And then he looking at you. He looking at you like, you better not say nothing. And then the next morning, Tony go to work, and then the dog slap you. Bam, Maya, I have to shit. Take me outside.
But I would appreciate that. Luca's never gone in the house, but that I would actually appreciate that bit. But honestly, no, that you get out of the house. I wouldn't explain it. I'd just be like, you have to trust me on this.
Feed me, god damn it.
We each get one, which like
One,
Don't
like,
ask
look,
any
Don't ask any
questions.
questions. Right. We're burying this body. Just shut the fuck up and dig. I had to kill the dog. I know, Maya. I've been looking through your phone. You be like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, I know the secrets. I know where them cash is hidden. I've transferred it all into a wireless account off seas. It's in Luca's name. Like, dog, that'd be some scary shit. That'd be scary as fuck. Like, your dog just torturing you. He got the power. And he knows everything about y'all. What? Man, that's crazy. And he got other dogs in the neighborhood, and they all just, man.
I believe that he might be able to do that.
You think Luca's that smart?
Luca's a smart dog, but I think dogs in general can communicate with each other. But have you ever thought about, like, what if your enemy was reincarnated into a dog? He probably wouldn't be able to do much more than bite you.
Oh, but see, that's the thing.
They
You
could
buy
shit
it as
on
a puppy. If you could trace it, your arch enemy, you buy it as a puppy and then you beat the shit out of it.
No, you don't. That's horrible. Because then you get
Yes.
reincarnated into a dog, and then you get beaten.
But
can't
the
do that.
satisfaction of you beating that dog might be worth it.
Yeah, you're right. You don't beat the dog. You feed it a bunch of candy.
Like
And-
chocolate.
No, hell no. Candy that it loves.
Mhm.
Like gummies. And you get it real fat and sick. And then you make it think that you love it. Like, oh my God, you're dying. But you laughing.
Like a feeder.
But you laughing.
I think it's the intent that gets you the reincarnation of
Yeah.
problems. So
Mm.
not exactly what you did. It's
You
more so
can't-
what the intent behind what you did was.
Exactly. You can't clean your heart.
You can't clean your hair. Y'all just so, man, whatever. Ain't no damn karma. The best thing that's happening to you today is happening to you because of good karma. That's how I look at it.
So there's no bad karma. It's only good karma?
No, there is bad karma, but you're not inflicting bad karma on somebody. Like you're not like anything bad happening to anybody is because of their karma.
Yeah.
And you might not understand what that karma is, and you might not understand the role that you play in, and that you might feel guilty, but you're not supposed to be made to. Because if their karma were pure, then they would be put in a situation where it would not be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, dog, like you cut somebody off in traffic. It's like, well, don't feel bad. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not nothing. It wasn't your intent. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not driving for them. You didn't go out your house that day to look for, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything happened in divine time. And they got where they needed to go exactly when they needed to. You were used in their karma experience, right? As a piece. But it has, like, the bigger picture has nothing to do with you.
No, I agree with that. But I do think that you can accrue bad karma.
I think that, you know what, you're right, because I think that there's something that when you see people who have killed somebody or people who feel this deep remorse about, you know, like in court, people be like crying, and it's like that is karma. Like that's like they're in a space where they don't, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, man, you're fucked up. Like,
is that karma or is it like consequences for your actions?
I thought that's what karma was.
No. Technically, karma. Technically, and this is all just people putting labels on, so I can't say it's right or wrong. But technically, karma is consequences over lifetimes. So you do something in this lifetime, then you're repaid in the next lifetime. But for the circumstance that you just said, someone crying in court, I would think, and I don't know because I didn't make the system, that they're paying for their bad deeds within this lifetime. So they don't necessarily need to pay for it in the next life.
Are you looking at the definition of karma?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Well, I think, it's funny that you say, I actually never knew that definition of karma. I never knew that it was like over a lifetime. I thought it was more so like whatever energy you were putting into the universe is always going to find balance.
Right.
And so,
I thought because people have
and it finds
instant
balance
karma.
with you. Yeah, that's what the joke is, instant karma.
Yeah.
But like, so for me, I was just, I always thought that it was bigger than, sometimes it can be very simple and straight in front of you. And other times it can be like 10 years later, it comes back. It's just kind of a way of being able to make peace with, you don't really have control over the things that happen around you and have to assume that the things that are bad are happening because something good's coming later or because you did something bad. It's kind of like giving justification. Like we're like reason generating machines. It's like we have to give reason everything.
This whole life that you're living in is karma from a past life.
Not just where you were born, but stuff that happens to you. Now, I'm not saying one is more accurate than the other. Now, we live in kind of a Christian-based society. So technically, if you want to, we don't really believe in reincarnation like that.
Right.
New Age people do.
Yeah.
So we have to define karma and that you're going to get what's yours within this lifetime.
Because that's a Christian mind frame.
Yeah, but if you go back to the Buddhist definition of karma, it is within different lifetimes.
Got it. Okay.
Which is fine. Whatever works. Because as long as you believe that you should act right, because if you don't, you're going to get it back.
Yeah.
Then you're going to act right. That's all that matters. You act right.
I agree. The result's more important than how you got there.
But who's to say what right is, though, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, right benefits somebody sometimes. And sometimes, quote unquote, wrong benefits you and doesn't benefit a lot of other people. And people want you to put that to the side so that you look like a good person. And it's like, dog, but when the buck stops and it's not on you, and somebody decides to do what's best for them, and now you're looking stupid, like, damn, but I did everything to make sure that's like, man, you shouldn't. I mean, I think somebody should run it like that, looking for, it's like, no, like, you owe it to yourself, to your future self, to make sure that you secure you. And that doesn't mean hurt anybody or push anybody down, but it don't not mean put yourself first, and you know what I'm saying, and really go at it like that. I think that people be scared to dominate.
Well, I agree with that because essentially, as long as you're not hurting anybody, it should be fine.
Correct.
So do unto others as you'd have done unto you. Now, if you getting to the next step involves you stepping on somebody or stealing somebody's idea or hurting somebody, stealing their, I guess you would steal somebody's wife, not obviously steal someone's husband. Right. That's wrong. So you don't do that to someone else. But, if you go out, get your own husband, get your own idea, that's fine, And some people use that to manipulate others. Cult leaders, for example, will say that you have to be in this diminutive position,
I
and if
don't.
you act out, then you're wrong, and that's what you're saying.
I don't think you could steal somebody's spouse. So you think Alicia Keys stole Swiss Beats?
I have no idea about Alicia Keys' relationship at all. I didn't even know she was married.
For real?
Really?
Why would I pay attention to stuff?
Because that was a huge.
You pay
deal.
attention to more stuff than I do.
Did you know that
Yeah, I
about
knew.
Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys?
Yeah, I knew about
I
that.
didn't
Do you
know
think-
I knew it was a
anything.
big thing in the Super Bowl.
Do you think that
because-
she stole him?
No,
You don't know, so you probably don't know the backstory to that.
I don't. I don't know
Yeah.
enough. I just know they're together, so I don't know why. I don't know. I
Antonio
don't know
Rosa said she stole him with the success. Nah, bro, he was successful too.
he was with was he married to?
Yeah,
he was married to somebody.
Oh, you mean
else.
she stole him from somebody else?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know anything about that.
I mean, he had to want to get stolen.
Exactly.
So
Like not
there's
even
there's
wanting-
like it's 50-50. It's always a 50-50 because everybody at the end of the day still has a choice. So
it's just like I don't think that people like to like flat out. I'm sorry, but I think that like as like men are simple, like you know, like if you can't, if your man doesn't like you, then he just doesn't like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like. Like your man's not gonna leave you for somebody who he likes less than you. Like that's just
I agree.
how- it's like it like it doesn't go like that. I think that women, and not all women, right? But I think that there are a lot of drivers that can drive a woman away from a man depending on her character and where she's at in life, and money being one of them, fame and all that shit. But like men, we don't really need a lot of that on the most part from women. I think that it's like, you know, who can I be the best me with? And I think that that's what that boils down to.
Well, you just
Ooh.
keep that same energy when women leave their husband for a better husband. As long
But what
as
I'm-
it's
but
the
what
same
I'm trying to-
energy
it
across
is the
the
same
board,
energy.
then that's fine. I don't
It
have a
is the same
problem with
energy,
it.
but what I'm trying to explain to you is that
you
like,
see her face when you set it up. She did the full breathe and sit back. She was like,
no, what I'm trying to say is that like, and what's the better husband? Like for example, like, I could name like 5 cases of entertainers leaving their like kind of upgrading their wife, and then the wife not upgrading back.
"Go on."
No, I'm not gonna do that.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
so men are worse than women. Women are more loyal. Is that what you're saying in your experience? Because the women
No.
don't upgrade and the men do.
No, what I'm saying is like the quality of their mate doesn't stay on the level that the quality. It's like, you know, women be. Society makes everybody jump through hoops for women sometimes, and I think that women get used to that, and then when people don't want to jump through hoops for them no more, or when they feel like it's not worth the hoops, then it becomes like, oh, like nobody's willing to deal with my attitude and my bullshit and my, well, you're not a real man. It's like, well, you know, everybody, you know, like Steve Harvey just was like, fuck it. Another one. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what happened with Steve
Oh, yeah.
Harvey.
Okay, well.
But I will say this: what a woman has to go through to bring children into this world, she gets to give people some bullshit.
You said what?
What a woman has to go through to bring a child into this world, you know,
Right.
you saw what your wife had to go through.
Right.
So she gets to be a little bit more difficult.
I don't agree with that.
Of course you don't.
I think
But like
no.
for what you have to go through,
No,
that's
no,
why
I
you
don't- I
got to
don't
test
think-
the guy and make sure he's okay. Because the few months you're going to be out, the few months you're going to be heavy or whatever, he's got to be there. So you got to make sure he can jump through a few hoops. You can't just let anybody in. You got to be very, very, very selective about the guy you breed with.
So you telling me that women put their guy through a little bit of attitude and bullshit just to test and make sure that he can actually take it long term?
that's what niggas do all the time.
What?
People do that, yeah.
Yeah, niggas do that all the time. I'll be this and that. I might cheat. I might do this. That
well,
shit
cheating,
is very
that's
normal.
extreme.
Yeah.
It is extreme, but that's what I'm
What?
saying. They do that kind of stuff to see if you're gonna be loyal. You're gonna stay down.
Yeah.
Like, why do that?
I mean, I'm just talking about, and I didn't do this, but I've heard stories of when women are pregnant, making them go out and get a slushie or something like that. I'm just talking about like a little bullshit. I'm talking
That's
about
that's simple.
Oh yeah, no, that's like, you know, first of all, like, yeah, the baby is, you know, like the way that y'all explain it to us is that the baby needs these things. I probably would be pissed if it was just because you wanted to like basically pledge me into this fraternity of fatherhood by being like, slushy, middle of the night, I need it now. And it's not anything other than you being worried that as you get, go through this process that I might not be with you. That's kind of like, I can't believe that y'all don't think that that's weird. It's like, damn, like.
No, I mean, before you get pregnant, you got to do a lot of testing to make sure that he's the one you want to get pregnant by. Because once you have that baby, it's not like, I'm not gonna say it's like a weight around your ankle, but that kid is yours for 18 years. So you gotta really test these dudes out more so than the dude has to test the lady out, just for biological reasons.
I have opinions, but
Brennan, what are your opinions on this? I just shut my mouth,
man, because I'm like, dog, I can't believe it.
Well, no, I think I don't think that's a bad approach, but I don't think that's how everybody does it. Case in point, my whole life right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, case in point, my life. So I mean, for me, I don't feel like that's what happened for me. And so,
but maybe other people in this situation could have been more choosy. I'm not.
Ooh, look at the eyes down. She's talking about me.
I'm looking down
She's
here.
talking about me.
There's
look
a
at
smudge on the table.
Look at Mine has opinions.
But see, I think that once again though, when it comes to choosing a mate, I think that like unfortunately, there's a strong period in a man's life. Okay, put it like this. There's a time where like girls from freshman year of college pretty much should have a grasp on understanding kind of their worth as far as like, a guy should be, what I'm saying? Like they're starting to test the waters on what kind of dating they want to do.
Which echelons they should be in.
Right.
Because it's like, I'm here, so I need to find somebody here.
And it's right. And it's basically all
I
about
do that too though, right?
No, listen. It's
Okay.
it's basically all about who they're gonna let do these things for them. Like, who am I gonna let take me to dinner? Who am I gonna let take me to see this new movie? It has to be a guy that's worth letting me. Meanwhile, like there's a period for guys where it's like we're completely helpless to what women. We're just all waiting around. Like, ain't no game working. We don't have any money. We're too young to be. So we're literally just waiting around for a woman to give us our self-esteem, to give us like our worth in it. Because it's like, well, I can't really do shit for you. And so what happens is around junior year, senior year of college, like we're all about to start getting into our salaries in life. And, it's not my fault and it's not necessary. But men make more than women. And as men begin to become men and understand, it's like, oh shit, like I'm starting to be kind of like understanding, like, wait a minute, this is like, I don't have to just like, now I need to see like, what is the finest girl that I could take out instead of like any girl who wants to take me out. I mean, any girl who wants to, right. It's like, nah, I need to like, now I want to step to somebody and be like, hey, this is who I am. This is who I think I am. I'm 20 years old. This is who I think I am, and it's like, it's just cycles, right? But the problem is that women don't have that little thirst bucket phase across the board. Like some women do, I guess, but women don't have that little phase where they're kind of worthless to the dating world.
Not until
I didn't see where that point
later.
is coming from, but I actually fully agree that women don't have that phase.
No, they don't.
No, they don't have that phase until
we are worthless. Like early in college,
they don't have that phase until they've had children, and until the nigga who they've had children becomes fed up with dealing with the princess shit. And then what happens is now that's the first time that they're out there not attractively as they used to be, right? And now it's like, niggas, they ain't shit. It's like, no, you've been on a fucking pedestal for 30 years.
She gave that man children.
I'm not talking about the children time, though. I'm talking about the time where she was taking full advantage of, I'm going to choose who is going to be the guy that says, and it's like, dog, what happens?
Seems like resentment. You have resentment towards women? Because it sounds like resentment.
It's not a resentment. It is an observation. And the observation says that what's crazy is that all I said was that men had this phase where they had to humble themselves. And women never have that phase until later on in life, which is why I'm telling you that those entertainer wives don't bounce back with the same quality of dude, that these dudes are bouncing up with the same quality of women.
Yeah, and that's true. What you're saying is true, is that men become more valuable as they get more money, and women become less valuable as they are no longer fertile and they get older, et cetera, which is very like tit for tat.
I think that
you're on the dating market, literally.
I think that's a very like front brain, like on the nose observation, but I was speaking more along the lines of women get a chance to mature and have society at their whim earlier.
Because women are, and this, I'm going to get stuff in the comments, but I'm just going to say it. Women are just valuable for existing because they can bear children.
Absolutely.
Whereas
Absolutely.
you can get one man to fertilize 10 women.
Mm-hmm.
It does not work the other way around.
Exactly.
So if, God forbid, something happens, it's the worst thing in the world, and we lose half the male population, society will bounce back by the next generation. It will not happen if you lose half the female population.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
So just as
I have
biological creatures.
never thought about it that way.
I agree with that 100%. But I also want to call to it. It's like the way that nature works, like the man has to have his day. And I think that women resent, I don't resent anything, but I think women resent a man that understands that, oh, I'm going to have my day.
Not every man gets his
Women
day.
hate
No.
that guy.
1 in 10, maybe 1 in 20
I know.
get
1 in
their
20
day.
guys get their day. And I think that that's what people don't understand. When I say, like, you know, you had a choice. When I looked on the stage and I saw Chris Brown and I understood that it's women in here screaming for him who know that it was women in another city screaming for him last night. He probably could have fucked one of them, but they want to be the one that he fucks tonight. Why? Because he is different than fucking you. If you fucked a bitch last night, all your shit is out on the street and you ain't, because you're not worth what he's worth. And that always resonated with me. Like, no, fuck that. I can't be this guy if I can at least try to be that guy. And that's at an early age. I didn't have any brothers, only child, so I had no other nigga to see bowing down to that system. No, man, you know how it go. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's that nigga. He get to be a star. We just like, nah, fuck that. You can take your girl to the concert, and if she has a chance to fuck Chris Brown that night, you're a hater if you don't be like, babe. I mean,
What? See, that's where I draw that.
no.
We are not animals. We are still human.
I'm telling you
And
that
we can say
I'm
no
telling
to
you that
that.
I don't agree with that, and I know you don't agree with that, but there are some levels. Let me give you an example. If Janet Jackson want to dance on Tony, like y'all at the concert, Beyonce
She calls him up
concert,
on stage.
and
Beyonce
she's
calls him
like,
on
she's
stage.
like,
She's gonna be like, no.
she's like, you know,
She can dance on him. I don't care. You've gotten him a lap dance before.
What are you?
oh
Why are you
my
putting this
God.
on me? Why did I get brought into
Did I
this?
yell at either of you for that?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember
Yeah.
any of these things.
Had to be
Now,
a
you
little
How
do
bit
did I
that
get
to
brought into
another
this?
person. You do that to another person, and that wife hates you forever and ever.
That has happened.
Yeah, but me, I'm not like that.
Why did she even know about the fucking lap dance that you got for
I
Tony?
sure didn't tell her.
Oh,
I'll tell you that.
No, because he got a lap dance for another husband of a wife, and that wife now hates him. And I was like,
I went to
Did
a
Brennon
guy's
get
bachelor
you-
party. Hold on a sec. I went to a guy's bachelor party. I helped him organize his bachelor party. He wanted to go to a strip club. I bought him a strip tease or a lap dance at his bachelor party, and he went home and told his fiance, and she hates me now.
She's lame.
I know.
It's like, I'm
No,
sorry.
he's lame. He
That
shoulda-
too.
he shouldn't have
He's
told
lame.
He shouldn't have
It
said.
was-
Nah, what you
definitely-
mean? No, he's
Both.
nah, hold on. That's the test. That's the test right there. Somebody who, can I be with you for the rest of my life or not?
I mean, they got kids.
I got a lap dance last night at my bachelor party that celebrates me marrying you. Is that
Now,
a
what if
problem?
she did some shit like that?
Dog, I can't be lame, nigga. I'm like, oh, why are you guys doing a little lap dance, huh? Big dick, donkey dick lap dance, huh? It's like, well, excuse me. What the fuck? What am I gonna do, Amir? It's her bachelorette party, celebrating her marrying me. Her friends are celebrating her finding the nigga of her dreams. It's two ways that she could play it. She could be a fun girl who her girl do it. She gets a little lap dance. Okay, man, as long as she ain't dancing bear, sucking no dick. You know what I'm saying, right? But then also, she could be the one that sneaks out and calls you and be like, oh my God, I just think about you and I miss you. Both of them are acceptable and both of them in different ways. What you gonna say? Babe, go in there and have fun. Or sit outside and talk with me and look lame to your friends. And I mean, it's either way you want to play it because nothing is wrong. There's nothing wrong with anything. I think, but it's like, what if she did that? A man saying that to another man, calling a woman lame for her. It's like, bro, you are marrying a man, right? I think that it's like, it's lame when women act like they don't. It's like, fam, like stop acting like you supposed to be just like this man. Like, dog, I'm a nigga. I like different shit. I like fishing.
Well, I like to.
and-
The funny thing to me, I'm just gonna throw back to what we were saying earlier because I want to. Is that I think it's just really funny that I decide to be like, hey, I'm gonna pay for this for you over here. You consent to it, and then I'm the one who gets.
Nigga, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. She's lame because ain't no little stripper gonna hold me down and make me get a lap dance. Like, nigga, she ain't the police.
You say
nigga.
stripper?
Stripper, nigga, stripper,
Say the word.
stripper.
But it's rude to not accept the lap dance from the stripper. I would prefer
it's your
Tony
bachelor
to
party.
be
So if we went
polite.
to a
I ain't
strip
gonna lie
club-
though, you been holding a little grudge because you was like, you got
Yeah,
him
she was
fucking
so
lap
ready.
dance.
She
I
was
like,
so
oh,
ready for that
shit.
moment.
No,
I was just like, oh no.
You got him the lap dance, motherfucker, and you think somebody forgot about it.
She was so ready for that.
She
The clip
smelled
was
Tony lap.
loaded.
Every time Tony come back from hanging with you, he be like, smell that lap. I gotta smell that.
You out there with Brennon
gotta
on the road
smell
again,
that
huh? That's
lap.
crazy.
I gotta smell that lap.
Good to
Tony.
see you, Brennon.
Brennan, you
Brennan,
were
a little
at my
pimp.
wedding. Well, you were at my wedding.
Yeah, she was like, I guess he can come.
Yeah, but
Oh,
it would be
God.
rude. It would be rude to turn down a lap dance from
I
a
agree.
stripper.
I agree.
Or to not tip them. So I think if you go out with your friends, you're all out with your friends, and the stripper's not doing anything bad, it would be insulting to a woman to turn her down.
I think that what scares women is that you think that stripper can steal your man, but only you can lose your man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the thing is strippers do not pose any form of a
They
threat
form
to
no
anybody's
threat.
relationship.
Nobody wanna
There's
be
no
with them
threat from a stripper.
at all.
I'm just saying, like, unless this man is incredibly weak, which you should not be with him from the beginning if
Yeah,
he is.
it's a good
There's
test.
absolutely no way that a stripper poses a real threat to a actual relationship.
Man.
Because it just doesn't. Like, the only way it poses a threat is yeah, but the thing is, that's
are
not
like
that's,
what, though?
that goes back to what I was saying. The
strong dudes.
weak. That's what I'm saying. So, like I said, if it does, then you're with the wrong person. First and
Well,
foremost.
how strong? What do you mean? Like, what do you think can happen?
There's some dudes who literally they get blinded by sex and a smile. And the girl has nothing else to offer. They just flirt a little and they smile. And this dude is just like, oh my God, she's so special. And then there's guys like Tony who you could throw things at them. And if it gets in the way of his schedule, he will not entertain it.
Gotcha.
There's different types of men.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to teach your daughters to choose the right kind because there are these.
I'm the former.
I didn't say that, Brennan.
Yeah, she's not denying it though.
I just there's something on this table I got to wipe off.
Exactly. You see that?
It's a
You
little
see
smudge.
that?
Somebody must have nicked it.
Yeah.
here.
She said Brennan be out here trusting Big Button to smile. You know
Yeah,
what
apparently
I'm
so.
saying?
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Maya
man.
has opinions. I didn't know all these opinions. I'm
See,
we're
man.
learning about stuff
See,
today.
Man. All right, Maya, fuck our day up, man.
Okay.
That
All
was
right.
a transition. Maya, fuck our day up.
All
Yeah,
right.
man, fuck our day up.
Do you
Well,
guys-
she already fucked my day up.
I know she did. Well, fuck everybody else's day up. Go ahead.
Do you guys want to talk about that Diddy might be the Jeffrey Epstein of the rap world?
Oh God.
Man, what happened when him and Meek Mill, man? AI is getting crazy. Did you see that that audio they had? It was, I guess it was AI, but it was like Diddy and Meek Mill like having sex, and it was like their voices though.
Nah,
That's
I didn't.
rude.
I was like,
That's
whoa,
hilarious.
they
That's
going
not
crazy.
cool.
That's not cool at all.
I mean, I'm just in the point of like whoever.
yeah, nigga, get it, nigga. Hold on, wait a minute.
I didn't say it wasn't cool. I said it was hilarious.
You thought you was finished?
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
Yo, that shit was. I was on Twitter like, yo.
Oh, well,
Man.
okay. So people are. I don't think people need to drag Meek into this because no matter what happened,
Is Diddy's
it's
the
not
one?
his fault. Yeah,
Diddy's the one. I saw a
who's-
comedian though earlier today on Instagram. He was actually talking about Meek Mill, and Meek Mill replied to it and was just like, "This is funny, but I, see me in the streets," kind of thing. But the comedian was pointing out that like, "Yo, I'm not gonna say what Meek Mill is or is not." But I like to also point out that he probably in the history of mankind is the absolute worst at defending his sexuality. He's like, they're like, yo, Meek Mill might be gay. And he gets on Twitter. He's just like, I have sex all the time. I like the feeling of vagina. It's so good. I have sex when women are on
What he
periods.
said, I love juicy pussies.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
It's like, come on, Meek.
Crashing out for 24 hours on Twitter. Bro.
Yo, bro, like, come on, man. Like, that's not what you say if you're a guy who's confident in his. Okay, just
You notice Diddy ain't say shit.
Diddy's
Diddy's not gonna say he
Diddy
can't.
be like, look at my
he
kids,
can't-
man. They beautiful.
He can't say anything.
Diddy's just like, whatever. Y'all say what you gonna say. I'm still rich. That's what Diddy's saying.
So
Man,
this
he's
is
hurting them.
He about to get sued down, though.
2 women sued him for sexual assault.
And how many men have sued him?
So now one of his producers sued him.
I heard about that.
Bro, his studio's called
former-
Daddy's House. What the hell?
Lil
Like this is
Rod.
like it's been that way since the 90s.
He's a dom, apparently, huh, guys? Huh?
Jesus Christ.
Diddy the dom.
Hey, man. I don't.
Maybe that's why he took the P out his name.
This shit is like, bro, who was
Nobody?
the producer?
Lil
Lil Rod.
Rod.
So I mean, there's
Lord.
no conspiracy about this though. Like we're all just kind of like, yeah,
but
it seems.
no, but if he was using blackmailing Meek Mills with this information about sex, that's like that's kind of like
Extortion?
a Weinstein kind of thing.
I mean,
Like,
what's the
forcing-
simple?
taking your power and asserting it over top of somebody to be like, you can't get out of these things, or you're stuck in these kind of positions and shit
So
like that.
I mean, that's a good question. Like for people who don't know, which I'm one of those people. What do you mean? Because I don't know that much about the Epstein stuff. I know that he had an island and he brought a lot of famous people there and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know about the evil wielding of power outside of like
so
with youth.
I'll explain the Epstein thing. So Jeffrey Epstein, basically, he had an island with underage girls, and the rumors are that he got tapes of these men, important men, doing compromising stuff, so that they always had to do what
Whatever
he
he wanted.
asked. Now, who he was working for, et cetera, et cetera. That's rumored. Maybe he was working for this government. Maybe he was working on his own. We don't need to go into that.
I just can't imagine the person coming to me and saying, "Hey, by the way, I got some 16-year-old
I'm
girls
about
on
to
an island.
say-
You want to do this?"
But
I'm like,
about to say,
"No."
I'm about to say, like, so then why were they?
Why were they there?
defending him?
Yeah.
And why like after the first time of him doing that, why would they go back to why would anybody? People are reportedly going there multiple times to this
to
island.
the island many times because they
Because
want
they
to have
like-
sex with 17-year-old girls, and they're already in the agenda, so they're not really going to go
But
against
I'm
it.
saying, Maya, like, there's no difference between a 17-year-old girl and an 18-year-old girl. It's a day. First of all, I'm gonna say that. Second of all, being rich and famous, like, let's be real, you can fuck a 19-year-old girl, 18-year-old girl. Like, you can do that if legally and be within your own weirdness,
Yeah.
right? They don't have to go to an island, get filmed, get multiply blackmailed for that. Don't bring up, don't leave out the fact that he had Egyptian like pyramids and temples built on the island as well. And that there was believed to be other things going on besides them having sex with underage girls.
What
Like
do you
if
think
you
was
look
going
up
on?
on the island, there's like literally like Egyptian like gazebos on the fucking island. Like this ain't just about fucking. Like it's some shit going on there that nobody wants anybody to know about. Because the kids who are getting trafficked there, where they at? Are they missing people who
they came out? A lot of them. are
Yeah, look at
sued.
this.
I've seen pictures of this before. Wait,
This doesn't look like it's.
I've seen that island. I've
Nah.
seen
A
that
small
before.
building.
Holy
on-
shit.
Is that in the
Brennan,
Bahamas?
Brennan, if you
That's
have
on Jeffrey Epstein's. That's what it says.
No, because I want to show that to Tony
It's
too.
called little. What is it?
Because we did a boat thing.
Little
I've never touched
little
it.
St. James
Is that?
in the Caribbean.
a music film.
Oh no, I haven't. I've seen pictures of it. Then I've never seen it in
Yeah.
person.
you scaring me, bro.
I've never been inside of a
Hey,
building
man,
that's like
don't
that
lie.
before.
What? You're like, this the building? Yeah, look at that. Like he got, but this is not exactly what I'm talking about though. But it's other shit on the island too. But like
Okay, let's see.
they said he had like some Egyptian themed.
This is what I'm finding. It's the same thing.
Yeah, right there with the gold top.
Is that
Like-
the same thing we just saw?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Like, and it has one of those Tartaria tops. Like, say, hey man,
Tartaria?
copper, whatever. Like this mysterious building that resembles
That's a word that means
temple.
nothing to me.
Tartaria.
Okay, we don't have to go into that because I get it. The point I'm trying to make is this is a private Caribbean island features mysterious building that resembles a temple.
Yeah.
Why? Like, what is going on?
A lot of people do things aesthetically. Like
Of
maybe the
course.
original people had some greater religious meaning to it, but then it gets watered down, and then all of a sudden people are like, yo, I like the gold top. Why don't I build something with a gold top because I got billions of dollars? I'm not saying that that's what happened, but trying to give these people all this meaning that they haven't necessarily earned.
I mean, Maya, but you're talking about people who have some of the highest government clearance ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't just about sex. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
I don't know if it's about sex or not, but I'm not going to pretend that, he's doing ancient Egyptian rituals and he's not just being like, hey, look at my cool new building. A lot of these super rich people, they're not
They're
much
dumb as hell.
smarter. Yeah, exactly. They're
Dumb as
not
fuck.
brilliant, deep people.
Right. A lot of them aren't, but we're not talking about a lot of them, though. We're talking about one that had a very, very elaborate scheme to get some of the most powerful people in the world under his tutelage. People who have influence over a lot of different things, and people who have a lot of clearance and knowledge about a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, it's definitely not worth brushing over to say that somebody is dumb. Like, you don't, I mean,
I'm not
dumb.
saying he's dumb.
Not dumb,
but I'm just not saying he's brilliant. I
Right,
don't know he's
but-
brilliant either.
Right, but I mean, I think that he's more brilliant than people are giving him credit for. I think that what he used it for was something very nefarious, and he should get whatever he deserves. But you got to give credit where credit is due. Something is going on.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying something's going on, and
poor people have sex parties too.
exactly, and they
It
having
is
it with
not-
underage
Not as
girls
many
too.
though, because they don't have time because
And
they
they
have to
having
keep
a-
working and surviving.
Nah, bro.
It's just not as nice, It's probably not as sanitary, but yeah,
I don't
poor
know, rich
people
people,
have
it's a lot
sex
easier.
parties.
Guess
It's
what
a lot
though?
easier
If you
to
just want to
rich.
fuck something and not get fucking blackmail, you think that'd be a more viable option. But these people prefer to go over here and be controlled again and again and again. What is that goat thing on the end of it right there?
Do you have another picture up here? Let's see. Which
Yeah, that's when they were building it. But right there, it looks
Oh,
like
That is a
two,
goat.
that
It looks
goat
like two
picture.
horns off the side of it.
It says the front is flanked by statues painted in gold. One of them appears to be a trident wielding Poseidon, the Greek goddess of the sea, while two others look like birds perched on the corners of the roof. It's surrounded by a line of palm trees and a terrace with a labyrinth motif.
Yeah, it's like, that's very elaborate for my fuck island.
Hey man, when you bring in the top leaders in the world somewhere, you got to create something different.
Do you? Because
Apparently so. There it is.
I got the video. You don't do what the fuck I tell you to do. Come to the island.
It doesn't make any. The thing is that
It just don't make no
it don't make no
sense.
sense. It's like why would like if I'm the people who are as rich or as powerful as they are, it's just like it's so easy to do those type of things. Yeah, I'm just saying there's an entire industry in Asia based upon this, like
So
sex tourism. Like
So
it's-
you telling me that Beyonce and Jay-Z want to go over there and see them fuck kids,
I don't think so,
right?
but I'm just saying, just
Right.
like
So then let me ask you a question. Then the sex thing is a scandal. That's like the cover up, right? Just like P Diddy quote unquote throws the parties. The parties are dope. You just stay there too long, and now you in some shit that you're not supposed to be in.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like there's a reason for the trip. I think that the accoutrements are the fucking select few of them that get to go and, you know what I'm saying? But there's something with the trips to this place. And, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say. Like, you're not finna tell me that Beyonce is out there freaking off on kids or Oprah.
No, I don't think so.
You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
I think
So
it
she's not
was-
looking for a 16-year-old boy to have sex
Exactly. Because I've been 16 before and she never found me.
with. Was that a dream? Was that a dream of yours?
No, not at all. I'm just joking.
That
I'm
would have been
just
my
saying,
dream
like,
at 16. Like, I'd like the billionaire lady, please take me in.
So
You know what I'm
do you
saying?
think Diddy was trying to do this for blackmail, or you think he's just having parties?
I think Diddy has a power. Like, I think Diddy has an addiction to power. That's what I think. He's addiction to power in all ways. So he wants to have power over the artists. He wants to have power sexually. He wants to power emotionally, power, mentally, physically. He's just like, I want to exert power over all human beings at all times. I think he has a power addiction. That's my guess.
What's crazy is like somebody like Diddy. First of all, it has to be true, right? Like it's been rumors for
Parts of
years.
it have to be true. Like all of
Right.
it is not true, but
Well,
yes.
no, I mean like right, but it's like at this point, it's like UFO true, where it's like it's too many cases of being seen where it's not seen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's things that are flying around that
There's
we don't know what they are.
that case though, like if you, it's long as fuck. So most people aren't gonna read
Right.
a lot of it, but there's hella details where it's just like, oh my god, bro. Like, truthfully, it's just it keeps going down and even further deep into the shit, and all the other people that are involved in it. There is a part of it that could be seen as like sex trafficking, but also underage girls. Even with his oldest son, there's like mess around with underage girls with his oldest son. Supposedly Usher's in this as well. I don't think he's by name, but it was like by claim because Usher and Diddy had some things go on when they were when they were younger.
Yeah, they said that
And
that
then,
dude said Diddy put him in a hospital or some shit like that.
Yeah, like
It was
just
some weird
really,
shit,
really
like,
strange
what?
shit. And then also the other stuff that came out with the Cassie stuff that happened, which also pushed a lot of this forward, was
Yeah.
the fact that she was supposedly seen hanging out with Kid Cudi one time, and Diddy blew up this nigga car, and that is a fact.
Mhm.
This man
Yeah.
Diddy blew up his car. Diddy used to take guns to the club because he can't trust anybody. And then it all leads back to other shit, like when the East Coast West Coast beef, and it's like, well, Diddy killed Tupac, and everybody's like, nah. But now you read into it, it's like, god damn, because he supposedly had the first hit on him when he shot Tupac in the elevator.
Mhm.
And then it was like all these people were, it's a lot of shit that is like linked to this. You can't really prove it necessarily, but there's a lot of shit that's just up against him where it's like, yeah, he's gonna have to sit in silence. And people who are necessarily on his side or have to be like, what the fuck? Or know that it's going on and then try to act like there's nothing really going on.
That's crazy, man. Like, bro, I just want to be rich and get jet skis and shit and just have fun with my family and go on vacation and laugh in Ferraris, bro. Like Kevin Hart and them.
Yeah.
These niggas got a different level of like, it's like, man, they on some other shit. It seems like in music.
There's darkness in them.
Yeah.
Because who has everything they want and they still want to? He said he bragged about shooting a rapper, forced this producer to have sex with prostitutes, shot some guy in the bathroom, and said that he was shot elsewhere. Like, it's just, he doesn't have to be like that.
He says we have irrefutable evidence that says that my man is lying. It's like, man.
It probably is one of those things. It was like, there's so many names in that. Don't know if it'll be something that they could settle for real because it's so big. It's almost like a RICO. But it's coming from like a specific person. But there's so
let
much
me ask
shit
you
in
a
there.
question.
But he has pictures.
He has pictures, and that's the
Lil Rod got
Yep,
pictures?
he has pictures, and I was like, that is scary for him because we know how it could be. He could just end up missing real
Yep.
shit because Diddy has the money to do that shit.
Yeah, but
Damn.
even
But
if
now-
he went missing,
But now he
Diddy-
can't.
Now
That
he
would
can't.
throw
Yeah,
fire
now.
on the case.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you a question. My next question is, I mean, I don't see Diddy recovering from this, socially within the black community. Just honestly.
Okay.
But do y'all think he going to jail?
No.
No,
Okay,
Really?
I don't think so neither.
No.
Why?
you don't think he recovered socially? I'm not
I
too
think
sure.
the thing
Harvey
is,
Weinstein went to jail, and
Yeah.
he was the most powerful man in Hollywood.
It took a lot.
No, but
It took a
lot.
lot.
This guy got pictures. and
Bill
he got-
Cosby went to jail.
Bill Cosby went
It
to
took
jail.
a lot too.
I think Diddy's smarter first and foremost in the space of like he has a stronger legal team. And the thing is, like, I personally think Diddy's smart enough to the point where if he felt like there was ever even a possibility he was gonna go to jail, he would just be gone. He'd just be in some other. He's just be in some country that wouldn't extradite him.
I'm sure that's what he.
That's what I'm saying. Like Russell Simmons. Like Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons ain't in jail. Donald Trump's not in jail. You know what I'm saying?
You go
Like,
to jail for rape, though. I don't think you can go to jail for sexual harassment.
No, but
Well, assault.
he's-
But if it's like eliciting these things,
But
Yeah.
if so, let's say like these dudes who say that he could just be like, no, you're gay, and you don't want to be gay anymore.
No, but what he's saying with what Little Rod's saying is that he forced him to have sex with prostitutes.
wait, so Diddy forced Little Rod to have sex
Female
with him?
prostitutes.
As far as I know, they were female.
and there was like it
prostitutes.
being around underage girls, giving them drinks, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Even with Young Miami Carisha, she's in some shit now, and she got to shut up because she was with Diddy and all the stuff like that. And it's basically like saying that she was pimping out her cousin to be a part of these things, these crazy sex parties.
Pimping out
and
her
shit like
cousin. What you mean?
exactly
She
how
had,
I
a
said
young,
it.
she had a younger cousin or
She got a
something?
younger cousin that she put into
I'm not
this?
sure if she like what the age is, but having her involved in these kind of things and stuff like that, now she got to shut up because she can't. And then you start looking at the shit as like, okay, city girls aren't necessarily city girls. JT doing her own shit, separating herself from Carisha, who was a longtime friend. Why would she do that? She kicking it with Diddy, and she going back and forth with all these other people, his other baby mamas and shit like that. And now you're in that ring. Now you're involved in some shit that you would have been like, a couple years ago. You're not thinking about that kind of
See,
shit.
but so let me ask you a question though. Here's my thing with Diddy. Is what he's doing a part of him being high up Illuminati style? Because if that's the case, then that's going to add another element to how protected he's going to be when it comes to these legal proceedings. Because you got to look at who Diddy's mentors was in the shit, right? So his mentors was like Clive Davis, them type of niggas. And so it's like if Diddy doing some shit, is that gonna lead back to other people who are way more powerful than him?
I think
it could.
Well, I'll say this. I think
And
that
so
there's-
in that
It could
regard,
have but it will more. I think it won't not necessarily because it won't. There's no such thing as a trickle up, but it'll definitely have a trickle down, and then you'll start to see other people that are connected to these things and start falling under in that kind of shit like that. As much as I love Jay-Z as a rapper, that nigga's next. Give it a couple years.
Mm.
Give it a couple years. And I hate to say that, but there's some dark shit with a lot of them guys in general.
Yeah.
You start touching hands with billions of dollars, bro. You start losing your path. Like it's almost inevitable. So these guys they're running down the wrong road.
I ain't gonna lie. I get that feeling. My bad, Miami, but I get that feeling about Jay-Z. Like, damn, I hope not, bro. But it's like
I hope not either. But it's like
it just feel like
yeah.
And I think that what's saving Jay-Z is his likability and the fact that people down there don't want to like hurt Beyonce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to embarrass and humiliate the Carters because like the Clintons got some shit too, the same way that the Carters do. You know what I'm saying? The Clintons did some dark motherfuckers too. You know what I'm saying? Even probably the Obamas.
Yeah.
And so it's
They're
like you're
more
like
respected.
exactly
Obamas
how
are much more
respected you are
respected.
is basically like, you know, Diddy's character is flawed. Like Diddy also carries himself arrogantly and treats people really, really fucked up on a public level. Like if he did that to the band, imagine what he's doing to motherfuckers we never even see or hear about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he built this whole image up off of that. And then you hear all his artists talk about how shitty he was as a person when he was around.
And so because he's so unliked, people will jump on and try to lie to make sure that the case gets bigger and bigger. Or people just won't be protecting him. You see, he got bodyguards coming out like, yeah. Then he started fucking this. You know what I'm saying? And it's
and
like
when it comes to that kind of stuff, like I hate when people kind of wait for somebody else to do it or some shit. Like I think I seen someone was like Farnsworth Bentley was like he was talking about like how you want to tell us stuff, but it was kind of in a way like I ain't gonna do it. But they don't say that you're gonna do it, and then you be like I ain't gonna say nothing.
I thought he got charges against him too now.
Shit, I don't know.
Yeah,
but it's like you be involved with that. Like, you know, he was running around the industry for a while and then it was just disappeared.
Here's why I think that he's not going to go to jail, though, is because you have to think about what is the motive of the people coming forward right now. It's like you have one or two motives. One of them being is you want to see this man go to jail. And the other one is that I just don't want to be poor anymore. And so, like, they have the power to be able to drop charges at any point. So, like, he's just going to be like, all right, cool, here's $5 million.
Because no, it's taking somebody.
He didn't argue the case with Cassie. He just gave her the money.
Yeah, just give money.
Because he was probably wrong in that.
He had to step down too, though.
He stepped down from Revolt.
She sued his companies, so he was forced to step down out of that power position, which is an even smarter move than trying to send him to jail because it's harder to do that anyway than it is to hit him in his pockets.
He said one of the allegations is that Diddy told this producer Rodney Jones, Lil Rod, that he.
Can we just talk about Can we talk about the irony of his name in this whole circumstance for the record, Lil Rod? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm done.
Well, he said that he bragged about killing a rapper before. So murder's murder. If they can get him on murder.
Wait a minute. He said that Diddy was bragging about killing somebody?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's part of the allegation.
Man, you've been living your life on the edge for so long. You drink, you're going to say some crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a shooting that it said that Diddy and his son Justin did. Shot this guy named G, and then they told the police that he'd been shot outside the studio. But Lil Rod has pictures of the bathroom with the blood all over it. And they say that this guy has since disappeared. So I don't know what happened to this guy.
G, who they shot?
Mm-hmm.
Disappeared?
Yeah. So we don't know where he is. So I guess there's no one to make a complaint about that. And then I'm trying to think of where
I'm just saying, it's like, why you even bringing it up, bro? You can't prove it? Like, you used to be quiet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't prove it. You just got pictures of a bathroom with blood on it. All right, cool. But yeah, Diddy shot him.
Oh yeah, that bathroom blood ain't gonna hold up, bro.
No, it's not.
Diddy gonna be like,
but if it's at his spot though,
Diddy
then it's all right. You took a bag of blood and threw it around the bathroom.
Diddy gonna be like, Lil Rod shot him.
Or like nobody even got shot.
Shit.
Or he can say nobody got shot.
He could say that, like, I didn't shoot him.
Lil Rod shot him.
I don't even know anybody got shot. What are we talking about?
It's more like the pictures with his Diddy son and those younger girls with drinks. That's
how old is Diddy's son?
Shit. The one there to talk about, he's gotta be older than me. Or right around that age. He has to be 29 or 30 or so.
Yeah, because
he was just in college.
Combs? He was just in college like about 10 years ago. Remember when Diddy beat up the coach? That's what I'm saying, bro.
But he start bringing up shit, you be like, yo, this man was tripping.
Yeah, bro. You start thinking about it like, dog, like he has no allies based on his character. And so the game that he's playing it in a different way than everybody else who has that same power is playing it.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre got that power. He's not doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel what I'm saying? It's like, bro, they chilling.
It's like also like, you know, the mystery behind his wife passing away, too. ex-wife, I should say.
Kim Porter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And they said somebody like crazy, like he had a baby with the lady that was in charge of like who the lady who installed all of the security secret cameras in Kim's house is Diddy's one of his baby moms or something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit
That's
with that.
interesting.
That's crazy.
Then it's like you look at old pictures of Cassie and it's like you see her face is like bandaged up and you'd be like, oh, he probably did that to her.
Jesus.
Damn. Well, you know.
Thank you. Maya did ruin the day. You're right.
Well, but that's the thing though.
I guess Diddy did it. Maya just told us about
but
it.
this is a deeper thing about Diddy is that this just feels like the whole Illuminati rap. Like I feel like that's like this nigga's like devil type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it feels like. Like that's what like the rap. That's why honestly I'm happy that this is all happening and all these motherfucking freaks is getting exposed because it's gonna make the entertainment industry a lot easier to navigate and deal with and get into. You know what I'm saying?
You know, and there's no more casting couch.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
Right.
like cool. You get to walk right in, be funny, get the check, go home, smoke some. You know what I'm saying?
Internet helped get to a certain point like that, but it's still gonna be those label heads are even. You know, Diddy was just one of them. There's more, and there's other guys that do similar shit.
Right, but
And
I think that making an example out of one of them is gonna change everything because it's like, nigga, imagine somebody coming at you with some bullshit like that, and you look them dead in the eye, be like, nigga, do you want to be a Diddy? Do you want to? And he'd be like, yeah, you
So,
right.
do you want to
Be
be
Bill Cosby?
signed? I don't know. Like, I don't think this is gonna. I don't think this is gonna have that wavering effect that
But
we would want.
look at 50 Cent though, how he, you know what I'm saying, like he having a ball with eliminating all these niggas out
50
the game.
Cent has been making all the business moves. I'll say that. That man put out an album, was like, cool. I got money from this. I'm not worried about making music anymore. Like, I got enough money to now start businesses. I'm going to start investing in things. I'm going to start doing all this other stuff.
That makes so much more sense. Like someone who doesn't have a void that they're trying to fill, they get the money and they're like, okay, I don't need to do this anymore.
50
But
Cent
someone
was
who
like,
needs
I'm
more
good.
attention. I'm not to say anything bad about Madonna, but like,
Oh, she got brought in. Okay.
No,
I'm
I
just
feel what you're saying.
saying.
I'm about to say, like, I don't know, like, for example, like, you know, I might get rich on my first special,
Yeah.
right? But I have so much more creativity. I want to beat that special. I want to win Emmys. I want to beat Dave Chappelle. Like, I want to do all these things. And so it's like, and not, I'm not saying Dave Chappelle, like, for real, but I'm just saying, like, he wins all the Emmys. So I want to win an Emmy, you know what I'm saying, for a stand-up special, right? I have goals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that, like, you know, it's not about attention, but it's also more to it than the financial security of it.
Yeah. I mean, and it is also like once you decide to retire, you retire on your own terms.
Right.
You don't retire because you don't have enough money or you don't retire because you're no longer, competitive. You retire on your own terms.
That kind of shit doesn't necessarily work too well with music, especially rap, because it's a young man's game. So you can easily age yourself out. People just don't give a fuck about you anymore. Which is why most people you almost have to pivot because long term, most rappers don't last, just in general. Plus, you're not making that much money off of it anyway. You seeing the money last.
Lil Jon
pivot. He pivoted into a different genre. I'm talking about rap specifically.
But I'm just saying, like, there are rappers who like Trick Daddy. We don't want to hear what Trick Daddy got to say no more.
No.
Because it don't look sweet. Like, nigga, what you talking about right now?
I
You know what I'm saying?
don't
Trick Daddy was
know
cold though.
what
Yeah.
You feel what I'm
the
saying? Like, we don't
world's
want to hear what
gonna
Chameleonaire. I don't want him to drop a tape. I don't want
do. Chingy.
I don't want Bubba Sparks to drop a tape. I don't want
Yeah.
I don't want Field Mob to drop a tape. I don't want
I stand by Chingy.
you know what I'm saying? I don't want Chingy to drop a tape.
I
bro.
don't want to hear nothing more. I'm good.
You know what I'm saying? You can't roll with me if you were my baby. You know, that song is so funny. I listened to it the other day because right in the middle of the song, this nigga started like wilding out on her. Like, I'm a pimp, I'm a player, and you better know it. Like, nigga, you was just in love with this bitch. Like,
hilarious.
I'm like, wow. But yeah, man, like Doja Cat, something wrong with her. And she didn't used to be like that. Back when she was like, keep it juicy. I can't die lunch.
I
Like,
think
she was just like
it was low key always there.
was
I
it?
believe.
But
Yeah.
she got so isolated from people. Like, I feel bad for people who get famous really young before they can get their like crew established, especially they can't get a spouse. Then they get super famous. You don't know what anyone needs from you.
Isn't she? It's just funny, depending on who we're talking about. Maya's a whole different person. We brought up the Alicia Keys, who they're married to, and then we bring up Doja Cat. She's like, well, actually, her whole life. Let me tell you. I'm like, wait.
She was like so young when she got famous. I got nothing against Alicia
Was
Keys.
she?
What are you talking
Was
about?
No, you were just like,
Doja
how would I
was
know
young?
anything about these
Yeah.
things? But then it's like we bring up Doja Cat. Like, I
When?
know all these things about these things. I'm like,
Doja Cat before like the her music started popping off like 2020. She had that bitch in Macau shit that happened a little bit
Right.
earlier.
That
But then
bitch
she was
in
making music
Macau.
even before that too.
But I always looked at her as an adult. Like, how old is she?
She's like my age. She was born like 95, I believe.
Right. So she ain't that young. She started
But she
popping.
was. I'm saying like if you think first
ain't-
time I heard of Doja Cat was 2014, and I was 19. So
There you
So
go.
19 is
Yeah.
a good age to. I mean, dog, you got some friends
she's
that
28.
fucking 19
Yeah.
years old, bro. Like at 19, coming out of high school, you could blow up and go crazy. Will Smith did it. Raven Simone blew up out of fucking 3rd grade.
I'm just
saying,
No,
I feel-
and then also the way she was sort of, put as a sex object. Like a lot of these sex objects kind of lose their mind.
But can I tell you this
Going
though?
on.
She was also doing like OnlyFans type shit back in the day, like before, like so she was doing like she would go in and she was acting white. Look this up. She was like not wanting to be black.
That's what people
and,
came at her
Yeah.
for.
And
Yeah.
so it was
that was
just like
even then. That's more recent.
no.
That's more recent? I thought she was a teenager.
More
when she
recent
did
is when
that.
it released, but like she was doing it way back before she blew up, like in like these chat rooms for like white supremacists and all of that.
I swear
It's
that
just-
was. I swear. I mean, that was 2020, 2021 when that blew up. But I swear that was like it wasn't that long ago she was doing that kind of shit.
Mm.
In between the timeline when it came out and then when it happened.
Mm.
But I mean, yeah, I don't give a fuck. She wore that Nazi on her shirt, bro. We can't like.
She wore Nazi on her shirt?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
bro,
then
she
tried to act
wild.
like it was no big deal. Like
Did
okay,
she
whatever.
did she not know it was a Nazi? She actually wore Nazi on her
That's
shirt?
a
How can
specific.
you not know something?
Yeah,
is a
and then when people
Nazi
said it was,
or
it's
a
like, nah,
swastika?
y'all
her
just.
mom is Jewish.
Oh, so
my
she's
God.
Jewish.
Yeah, she's Jewish.
Ugh.
Her dad is like.
Her dad's South African.
Yeah.
Or
That's
Zulu.
crazy.
He's Zulu, South African.
So why would she
I
wear
can
this
see
shirt
that.
anyway?
That's
don't
why
know.
she look at her. She looked like she had jumped down out of a tree.
I mean,
And
she looks
stab
like
you with a
she
stick?
yeah, she looks like she needs some help. Someone to
No,
talk
but
to
she
her.
looks
But she
like-
did this on purpose. That's the
No,
other
I
thing
know
about
that's
it.
why she needs help. Because why else would you?
Oh,
do
that
this?
guy is a Nazi.
Yeah. When I saw this, I was like, okay, yeah. But it was more like how she completely switched her image too.
Yeah,
She
something
completely
happened.
switched her image.
Something
And
happened.
now she was rejecting the shit, like she doesn't want that black gaze because she's trying to move into a different level of it. But then she had to realize she stepped back into this rap realm, so she kind of teeters that line.
Yeah.
I get back in y'all graces. I'm showing my ass now.
Sam
Again.
Smith. Sam
Kinda shit.
Smith then lost his fucking marbles.
I don't know.
You
I
saw
don't know much
that.
about Sam Smith.
Sam Smith, yeah. I think that's one of the stay relevant kind of people, and I'm like, you don't have to stay relevant. You can
Yeah,
just be
he can just get the fuck on.
because his early albums were good. Like he had some good songs. Stay with Me, that was
Yeah.
good.
What do you do? I don't even what
Bruh,
happened?
what? Look at him now. Wait
He's
till
like
you
he's
see-
bigger. I mean, you know, he's
Nah, yeah, he fat as hell, but that ain't got shit to do with it though. He be wearing like devil horns, thongs, and dresses.
So he did that song "Stay with Me," and I was like, "Oh, that's such a good song."
Stay with Me was
Okay.
dope, and now I've got you in my
he's
space.
in every retail store.
I'm
ever.
not. Yeah, that shit just remind me of trying on jeans.
Oh, he's 6'2". I had no idea.
God damn.
Mm-hmm. He like Post Malone, big brother right there.
And it's like, if this is his true self, like you can't say anything.
He look like a gay European dude. That's literally what they be dressing like.
Look
That
at
is
him.
not-
Look,
That's
look,
literally
look,
what they be
look.
dressing like.
Look.
He's
Look,
this is
nigga,
what
you
he's
ain't looking at the
flamboyant-
crotch, nigga.
I see it. It's
Okay.
flamboyantly gay. That's what he is. Fuck it. That's
Who-
not
who is that?
extreme to me.
Sam
That's Sam
Smith?
Smith.
Really? Oh.
Bruh.
Was this what you think gay people dress?
I'm not everybody, but this is a very West Hollywood look.
yeah.
Okay, but that's what I'm
most
saying.
Gay dudes are just normal dudes. You can't.
I'm
even
not
spot
saying they
'em.
aren't. I'm just saying
Yeah,
him
no, I
doing
know.
this shit makes sense because that's what it looks like. He's
Yeah.
he's outwardly flamboyantly gay. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying he fits the look. He
That's-
does.
Oh
So
my
him doing this
God,
shit, it's like I've seen that. I was like, I don't find that to be surprising.
This nigga look like Al Borland. People older gonna get that reference.
I got nothing on it.
Tim the Two Man
This-
Taylor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Amir, that's a moment. That was a good moment there.
What?
That joke, I loved it. We were like, what? And then you explained it. We're like, oh, it was great. It was funny.
Yeah, clip that.
Exactly.
But yeah, man. I'm just saying, like, Cat Williams was on Joe Rogan recently. He He made up some good points, man. He was acting a lot cooler than he was on Shannon shit, which is interesting. He went on Shannon shit. I'll bust they motherfucking stomach. But that's also liquor versus weed, though. Because he was smoking weed on Joe Rogan, so he was mad cool. He got on Shannon shit, like, line up, boy, and then we can put it on the line. They may have the resources.
Yeah, and it was straight, too. Like,
get on the line, boy.
That's hilarious.
Get on the line, boy. I'm like, yo, that nigga, man. It's something certain niggas who nobody want to fuck with, even tall niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got Napoleon complexes. That's why they call it Napoleon complex.
Oh, Napoleon was wild. Like I ain't watched that Napoleon movie.
I want to see it. I haven't seen it yet. I heard it wasn't that great, but yeah, it's like short dudes have to prove something to people. Even though they say Napoleon wasn't that short in real life, nevertheless.
Oh, he wasn't even that short?
Yeah, they make it seem like he's a tiny, tiny man, but then you...
Yeah, I just imagine like Lord Farquaad when you think about...
I do too.
Yeah.
How
little bitty pants. Like, get these niggas! You know what I'm saying?
He was
like,
5'6".
Yeah, was that short for that time?
No.
Hell yeah. Niggas was tall as fuck back in the day. Like, short just came out, and you could tell because...
Nah, hell
man, listen, dog. Listen, 5'6", man, he probably was getting slapped in the back of the head. Shut up, Napoleon!
When was Napoleon?
So the early 1800s.
Yeah, niggas was huge, man.
1800s?
It was Nephilis.
I'm looking this up.
Nah. Once I found out King Tut was like 4 something, I was like, hell nah.
That's a different country, bro. King Tut was 4 something. He wasn't no 4 something.
Well, didn't he die when he was young?
He was 18.
Damn. But he's doing a lot of folding and stuff. He wasn't eating and shit. No, you talking about King Tut, the Egyptian king.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, you know.
That little mummification shit they showed, that shit was small. I was like, damn, he's really small.
So Napoleon was my height.
Yikes.
Okay.
I wouldn't even say that.
They said 5'6", 5'7". I'm 5'7".
I'm 5'8".
I'm just saying, it's like...
I'm 5'8", some chains, real tall. You know what I'm saying? How tall are you, Maya?
I am 5'3" inches, but if I do yoga, I might get a little bit more. Trying to do the math on the average. Okay, so the average height in France in 1800 was 164 centimeters.
It's about 5'2".
Somebody said King Tut was 9 feet tall, like an avatar.
That's 5'2", isn't it?
So so he
know
was
where they got
2
that
inches
from.
taller than average.
He was 5'6" or 5'7".
So he was 5'6".
But 5'2" is the average
First
height,
of
right?
all, wait a minute.
5'4" was
we
average.
are talking about a motherfucker that knocked the nose off the Sphinx. You think he's gonna release his real height? Like, that's the whole point.
So you're saying, okay, Napoleon lied about his
He
height.
lied about his height. Think about this. Let somebody have wrote down the wrong height for him. He would have fucked you up.
Now, this is interesting. The average height and life expectancy of men. So in France in the 1800s, 1820, it was 5'4". In the United States, it was 6'1". I'll pull this up. Now, this is according... Oh, this is interesting. So the United States was much taller, and the life expectancy was longer.
That's what I meant. Like, niggas around here was tall as hell.
But in Europe, they
My
probably weren't.
my great granddad was taller than a motherfucker, and then
Really?
my grandfather was short, and then, you know,
In the United Kingdom,
he was
they were
shorter. My
taller.
grandfather was like 6 feet. I thought, but he wasn't short.
My whole family's short. I'm one of the taller people in my whole family.
Oh, for real?
Straight up. My grandfathers on both sides are both 5'5". My dad's 5'5". I'm 5'7". My brother's 5'9". Like, my mom is 5'0". You know, it's like, it's just, everybody's short. Like, all my uncles are 5'5" and under. It's like, I'm the direct lineage. I'm one of the taller people.
That seems, was that like before an influx of people? Because I'm like, that seems tall.
Those life expectancies seem short.
They are.
You got to average the people who died.
36?
Children.
I would be dead. Like, this would be the last year of our lives. Like,
You got to take everyone who lived to 5 and then do the.
Oh, you got to
what-
do
Yeah,
because
because
it's
a
like,
lot of
it
kids
skews.
died.
Yeah.
A lot of kids
What?
died.
Yeah,
Oh
so
yeah,
That was very
everybody.
normal for kids to die back
Everybody
then.
lost a brother or sister. It was just like a whole period of tragedy up until we got antibiotics.
Mm.
But look at the life expectancy between the United States and France for the same time period. France was 36 and the United States was 45. Like, we had something they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something going on there that is like...
Well, okay. Does that also take into account the wars they started.
I have no idea. I'm looking at
Because-
1800 to 1820.
Because in that time, France...
We were taller and lived longer than they
We
did.
had wars over here too, though.
No, we didn't have wars like they did. The Napoleonic Wars were really brutal, and they took into
Napoleonic?
the Napoleonic
Yeah, the
Wars.
wars of Napoleon.
He was like the Hitler of his day. Like if you went
Yeah, he
back
fucked up
to
everything.
1900 and said who's the worst person ever, a lot of people would have said Napoleon.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Napoleon was pretty bad. He just was like, I'm just going to conquer you. Like, why? We have no beef with you. He's like, because I want to. It's like, oh, okay. That's why we're here. It's like, because you just want to have a bigger kingdom. But I mean, that's historically what people just did,
Right.
obviously. So it's not saying he's much worse than other people that were like conquerors or whatever. But it's just like we were all becoming conscious. Like literacy was a thing. We're starting to write everything down and read and understand stuff. And he's like, yeah, that's cool or whatever. But like, die. Like,
also-
bend the knee.
He did some good things too. Like they spread some good ideas as well.
Well, that's the funny thing is like, no matter what somebody did as a conqueror, is like, there's always going to be something good you can find. It's like Genghis Khan was possibly the most brutal conqueror in the history of mankind.
History
And he
ever.
created the Silk Road. You know what I'm saying? So you could walk down the Silk Road they said a child could walk down the Silk Road with a gold bar in their head. Nobody would touch them because of how safe that trading route was because of Genghis Khan's like authoritarian, like iron fisted rule. And so it's just like, that was a thing.
I want to learn about the Silk Road. Let's talk about that next time.
Do you want to learn about Genghis Khan? Wrath of the Khans by Dan Carlin.
Yeah, it's so good. But also, do you mean the Silk Road, like the historical one or the current one?
Oh, I don't know. The historical one, both. I want to know the history of it.
Oh, there's like a reincarnation of it now.
No, I
China's
didn't know
trying
that.
to.
Get rid of it. Yeah, I bet you
Reboot
there.
it.
It's like the black market. So it's just like,
Oh.
if you want to go into the black market or like the dark web, like it's called the Silk Road.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
No, the actual Silk Road. No,
okay.
I'm talking about the internet version of it. It's called the Silk
the
Road.
internet version. Okay.
Yeah, it's serious.
Damn, okay. We'll learn about it next week. All right, y'all, listen. This has been another episode of the CP Podcast, man. We don't know what the fuck we talking about. If we offended anybody, fuck you. And always the questions, never the answers. You know? So, yeah. See y'all next week. Peace. Thank you for Brennon for coming.
Hey.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Maya,
Brennan.
Amir. I'm CP. We out of here. Peace.